just on, so it can be recorded. So 1 second, let me just log on Zoom. So I can,
Wow, is this like an official?
Oh, Mike is here. Okay.
Hey, Mike. How are you? Mr. Superintendent? You good yourself? I don't know why this is not. What is it? Are you in? Okay, Madam Clerk, I don't know, I'm not signed in, but we can start. Well, good evening.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the study session of June 23rd for the Dearborn Heights City Council. We have today Honorable Dearborn Heights, Dearborn School District. We have new Superintendent, Mr. Hasaili. We have Interim Superintendent, Mrs. Sroor. Please, the floor is yours. Who's going first?
Thank you. Let me see you come up here with me. Okay. Thank you all very much. So first and foremost, I am going to tell you that I'm a little bit surprised. We get a lot of these meetings and invites. I personally, and I feel embarrassed about this, thought this was going to be more of like a small group, but we're very excited to kind of be here and to present all wonderful things. So just to update a couple of things, yesterday we were blessed and fortunate on a 7-0 vote that our board did pass a resolution to actually put the bond on the ballot in November. We're very, very excited about that. Now, I'd be remiss to tell you that if it was just one agenda item that just came in front of our school board, this is something to where I feel we really started working on since 2019 when the original bond failed. We failed by about 300 plus votes in 2019. And right after that, I can tell you that our district rolled up their sleeves and they went to work. Countless conversations, surveys, evaluations of buildings to find out what we can hopefully save, what do we have to build brand new, what does the community want? And 7 years later, I believe you kind of have a lot of input, a lot of different voices, all wrapped up into one proposal. But I want to tell you one thing, and I want to warn you just on one thing. Although this is kind of the proposal we're going to be talking about, we understand that there's still more community input to take. We understand that there can still be ways that we can even make this proposal even better for all of our, for all of our constituents at the public school system. And we really look forward to hearing from some of you today. But with that said, although I told you it started about 7 years ago, the hard work started about 6 or 7 months ago under the leadership of our interim superintendent, Ms. Sroor, who's really done an incredible job with this entire project. I'm blessed and fortunate because we're going to continue to work together, but I tell you, she's making my job a lot easier. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce her just to say a few words, and she'll in turn then introduce Paul.
Sure. Well, definitely you're welcome, Mr. Hasaili, and of course I would like to welcome everybody here. Anytime the 7 of us meet, it's going to be an open meeting session, and it's open to the public just for the sake of transparency. So we do thank you for coming here. We do thank you for the presentation, and we're very excited to hear from you.
Thank you. We have been trying to meet with you, although it was passed yesterday through our board. We would have loved your input prior to that. But that being said, your input moving forward will still be embedded into this presentation. Like Mike said, 6 months ago, we really got to work. What you will see today is a transformative plan. You will also see a responsible plan. You will see a plan that reduces our footprint, maximizes our current spaces, and with renovated spaces moving forward, and then a new pre-K-8 design. versus what we currently have, which is more K-5 buildings and then separate middle schools. And so Paul will walk us through why we're moving in that direction while still keeping our neighborhood feel. I will say that the North Star was always equity for all students and safety and security, and really designing a plan that is student-centered versus teacher-centered when you're entering a building, a classroom, a common space. This is designed to promote optimal learning opportunities for our kids. Our DFT is fully behind it. We have a district with almost a dozen schools that are a century old. So when you have that many buildings built a century ago, you know, what has changed since then? Besides the actual facility itself, parking, transportation, spaces, this should have happened a long time ago, but there's no time like the present. What you'll see today is that we are in an alignment with our city government and our constituents who understand and agree that there's a need right now. And we're excited to share this with you and also get your feedback. The last thing I'll say is that this proposal, if passed, will benefit about 1,000 of your students that attend Dearborn schools but live in Dearborn Heights. Thank you.
The superintendent's also a Dearborn Heights resident, just saying.
Just saying. Well, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Lamise, and good afternoon. Again, I'm Paul Wills, partner with Plant Moran Real Point. We're the capital projects group within Plant Moran, and we're just honored to be working with the district. We've had a relationship since 2014, and so without further ado, in terms of the presentation, talk a little bit about the background of how this facility master plan came to fruition. As Mike said, it really came out of the heels of the 2019 failed bond. We'll talk a little bit about funding, a little bit of timing, a little bit of millage rates, and then ultimately, as Lamise mentioned, what does that proposed pre-K through 8 building look like? So the district has 2 of them now, and where those locations be. Also show you kind of a map of the preservation of roughly 11 elementary schools, a middle school, and the 3 traditional high schools. And then from there, we have some other considerations and next steps. So in terms of the background, back in November 2019, the district did nearly get rejected by about 242 votes for the $240 million bond. And some of the conversations afterwards were, what is the district looking at for the next 20 years? Not just the next 5 years, but where's education going? And I think Lamise made a great point. 38 states, including Michigan, have adopted student learning center funding in terms of really creating the atmosphere for educational for kids. The other feedback was, again, what's the current millage rate? So again, it was very high back in 2015 through 2019. We have a slide that kind of shows that. I think to Mike's point, the district's done a really good job of listening and learns. They've actually hired several independent facility assessments and educational planners, along with Byron Fisk, if you're familiar with the PR firm, to really get the input of the community as a whole. So in terms of the facility master plan, we talked about the site and facility studies that was conducted, enrollment. So every year the district does a fall count and a spring count, and it has declined somewhat since the 2019 time period. So as Lamise said, this provides an opportunity to kind of realign these facilities with the footprint of the current enrollment, but also looking out for the next 50 years. The sites that have expandability and things of that nature. The financial modeling, so working with PFM, who's public finance management. They do a lot of the financing for pre-bond planning, and also the community stakeholder input, which we talked about. And so really kind of in that last program validation, we've come up with a facility master plan that addresses what we heard from the community input. Really gives the district a 20-year financial plan of how to project and plan for things holistically versus piecemealing it going forward. And then lastly, with Katie and her group, as you can imagine, once the board made it the successful 7-0 to put on the ballot information will take place from now through November. So Byron and Fisk, they actually had 3 different approaches. So they had stakeholder input, they had focus groups, and also polling. So really from September, October, November, December, they had over 400 respondents to this polling. They had about 150 people between the stakeholder interviews and the focus groups. So pretty good approach, I think, relative to just a standard survey that you get on your polling. So what are some of the findings? So priority for the classroom, as Lamise mentioned, we want it student-centered. They want to make sure that there's a direct impact to classrooms, that they can see it not just in the one neighborhood, but across the entire district, which includes Dearborn Heights. The focus is going to be on career tech exploration and education, special education. Obviously, security always remains a prime topic for school districts. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math with STEAM, and then also traffic. Those are really the highest ranking. In terms of millage, those that were interviewed and surveyed, 71% would support the lowest funding option. So roughly $300 a year or $25 a month. So as I mentioned, in 2019, some of the comments were, Dearborn Public Schools, your millage rate's too high. In 2019, it was 10.99 mils. And that was really a combination of an operating millage as well as the debt. Well, in 2025, that's dropped down to 3.4, which does include a 1.22 debt service, which we'll show here next on the next slide. And what you'll see is the district is making a conscious decision not to issue the 2.18 operating millage with the passage of the bond to help to lower the millage rate across the board. Some of these are our clients from Novi, Walled Lake, Plymouth, Livonia. We actually worked with Crestwood in the 2014 bond, but as you can see, just the millions of dollars of investment really in the last 20 years. If you take a look, the last major bond that Dearborn had was the 2013, about $76 million. And as you can see, right now the district's at 1.22 mils for that debt. So again, comparative to some other districts in Southeast Michigan, obviously at the lower end of that current millage rate. So we're going to transition a little bit to the funding for this. So again, working with PFM, again, that millage that they're looking for, the bonds would be sold about every 3 years. And so one of the things they've looked at is, if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see critical priority in orange. These were the facilities identified by Filling International and Quinn Evans, who really took a look at all 34 properties and said, here's the most critical of critical. The second tranche, the high priorities, you kind of see there in the 2036 timeframe, and then obviously moderate and low priorities. Yep. On the right-hand side, you'll see the value of the phases. So first phase is about $366 million. Phase 2, $394 million. Phase 3, $426 million. And lastly, $314 million to tie it out. So a lot of people say, well, why can't you do it any faster? We want to keep that millage rate as low as possible. So the district will not get all $1.51 billion right at the get-go. It actually comes over a 15 to 20-year period. So kind of with that phasing in line, on the slides which you see in front of you is phase 1.
So I'm sorry, you said the total amount for the bond is 1.5?
1.51 billion, correct. And if you take a look, again, it's kind of in series. So series 1 would be about $366 million. And then you'd have the second phase, third phase, and fourth phase. So in orange, what you have is the critical priorities, which includes Lowry, Salina Intermediate Elementary sites, and the O.L. Smith Nolan. And then there's 160 special education kids that would be brought onto this campus to provide them a general education experience versus being isolated in a lone facility. Below that, you also have district-wide, so secured vestibules, toilet rooms, athletic improvements, traffic improvements, roofing technology, buses, and furniture. So again, right now, the district spends those dollars out of general fund, which is really supposed to be for programming and teachers. So if successful, the district would save those dollar amounts utilizing bond funds for those particular secured vestibules down the list. The second phase, which would be about $394 million, is a new PK8 at Woodworth site. Also a new PK8 site at Howard Elementary. And so people will say, what's happening with Lindbergh? So Lindbergh will actually become an early childhood center. As Lemise mentioned, there's also preservation of 4 existing elementary schools in that phase, which would include Maples, McDonald, River Oaks, and Whitmore Bulls. And you'll see a continuation of the district-wide. The 3 traditional high schools, both Dearborn, Edsel, and Fortson, are all in that phase 3. And that includes about $228 million of renovation for those 3 facilities. Also includes a new PK facility at Bryant site, and then Duval and Long Elementary, and a new transportation building. In the blue, we call those low priority because these are some of the newer schools that the district has, and also ones that have had other improvements over the last 10 or 15 years. So again, you'll see a PK McCullough Eunice, which is their current PK building. Stout gets a heavy renovation, and then obviously the remaining elementary schools and other facilities from that perspective. Keeping the same mindset of the orange, yellow, green, blue, this is the phased approach. I want to be very intent with this presentation piece is at the beginning of every single phase, you're going to see community input. So just like Mike and Lemmy said, we want to come to the Dearborn City Heights City Council and say, hey, here's the first three. What are you hearing from your constituents? What are you hearing from the public? Incorporate some of those goals and objectives. Working with your engineering department on some of those sites. So you can see it takes place phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. So every major phase has that community input and design from that perspective going forward. So where the project's taking place, as I mentioned, district-wide improvements. So if I'm Fordson or Edsel or Dearborn High, I don't have to wait till the phase 3. I'll get new secured vestibules. I'll get new toilet rooms. I'll have athletic improvements. So these are some of the facilities that don't have a robust secured vestibule. We talk about traffic and parking. So one of the things that the district's looking at is doing a kind of a district-wide safety safe routes. Again, working with the cities, working with, I think right now there's a grant out there for assessments to understand how can we better the traffic flow for drivers, buses, and pedestrians. As I mentioned, the district currently spends about $8 to $10 million a year out of general funds. So again, if the bond's successful, they can look at doing some collaborative furniture, technology upgrades, CT improvements, as well as toilet rooms, roofing, and busing. And so again, that plan is all not at one time. It does follow the phases as we go through phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. So where are the projects being located? As Lamise said, there's currently 2 K-8 programs. One is at McCullough Eunice, and one is at Laurie. And so, again, this is true. This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity. When you look at the history of Dearborn Public Schools, back in the 20s, they built 8 brand-new facilities. The community did the same thing in the 40s and the 50s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and here we are in 2025, 26, 27 of really addressing 21st century learning for that. But most importantly is respecting the past. So out of the surveys were, let's keep some existing facilities, not let's build everything new. So again, you can kind of see the facilities that would remain. But again, locations of PK8s go from 2 schools up to 7 locations. So this is a map of the district. On the lower right-hand side, you'll see the critical, high priority, moderate priority, and low priority, color kind of coordinated. And if you look at orange specifically, and I'm going to start in the lower left-hand side, you have the O.L. Smith and the Nolan site, which would combine to a new PK8 building. On the right-hand side, you have Saline Intermediate, which would be an addition to Saline Elementary School, which was built in the early 2000s. And then in the upper right-hand side, you have Laurie, again, built in the 1920s. They'd be building on the same site a PK building from that perspective. And then you can kind of see the progressions, kind of phases 2 and 3. So again, Howard would be a PK8 site along with Woodworth in that second phase. And then third phase, moderate, you'd have a Bryant Middle School, which would become a PK8 site. And ultimately, those would end up with your 7 locations. So as a district, they'd still have the 11 elementary schools, a traditional middle school, the 3 traditional high schools. So what does a PK building look like? So think of it as a school within a school. So potentially on the left-hand side, you'd have an elementary wing or elementary facility. On the right-hand side, you'd have the middle school, so grades 6 through 8. In the front, you'd have a secured vestibule and reception, which would actually have shared principal spaces, counselor spaces, public entity spaces, et cetera. In the middle, you have yellow, which is actually a single kitchen, but it's a 2-phase kitchen, which means I can serve elementary school students in one cafeteria and middle school students simultaneously in a secondary kitchen. So again, some district facilities have 5 lunch hours, which some students are eating as early as 10:15 and eating as late as 1:30 from that perspective. On the upper left-hand side, there'd be a proposed 3-stage gymatorium. So one part of that gym would have a stage, curtains, LED lighting, sound system. So if you wanted to have district-wide events, community events, that could take place, while you still have 2 other gyms to have recess, competitions, et cetera. You could open them all 3 from that perspective. Each of the PK8s will have a proposed pool. So these would be approximately 6 lanes with an ADA ramp along one side. So that way the curriculum could be supported for teaching students how to learn. Very similar to what they do with other pools throughout the community right now is they open them up for community space. So it's a really comprehensive facility. The capacity of those is looking out for the next 20 to 30, 40, 50 years of allowing some expandability up to 1,350 students. Right now, if you looked at the current enrollment projected, they're right around 1,000 to 1,100 students. So about a 15% growth kind of planned into this facility. Some inspirational pictures, though these are existing. So on the left-hand side, this is a P-8 middle school we did for a district, kind of an outdoor green space learning center. On the right-hand side is a gymatorium. This is the gym function of that. On the lower left-hand side, you have current McCullough Eunice, which was built in 2000s. Secured vestibule, which we've done for Grand Rapids Public Schools. And then the proposed ADA, pool with ADA ramp. This is at a middle school. So again, 6 lanes with the ADA ramp on one side, allowing for practices, competitions if need be, but more importantly, special education curriculum, et cetera. On the right-hand side is a copy or a sample of a gymatorium. Again, we've had some questions like, can we snazz up the exterior or the surround? And the answer is absolutely yes from that perspective. On the lower left-hand side, you have a STEAM lab for a neighboring district. And the right-hand side is actually a converted middle school to an early childhood center in Livonia. So again, just some examples of things that have actually taken place so the public and the community can really see some projects that were done well. So next steps, really, the bond is going to be really transformational, again, not just for new spaces, but also for existing. And it's from pre-K all the way through CT. So they're hitting all gamuts within with the public school systems, addressing that critical security and infrastructural needs. So again, the district's been spending general fund dollars really since 2013 on infrastructure. So the bond helps preserve that programmatic dollars. Respecting the neighborhood approach. So as you see from that map, every single existing school neighborhood would stay. They would just have a new PK building in that facility or an early childhood center or an adult education center. This plan does provide 20 years of flexibility and community input, but more importantly, allows the district to start planning earlier for projects that are in that phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. We actually met with the Chamber of Commerce and would love to sit down, again, get your thoughts. Or, this is a $1.51 billion stimulus package. We always talk about Ford headquarters. That was $1.2 billion for 4,000 people. This is $1.51 billion for 3 million square feet for 19,500 students in the community. And lastly, again, just taking a look at, supporting some of that capital funding. So current activities, again, we've been blessed to be assigned the program manager for this program. And so talking to the board about dashboarding, reporting, and transparency. So one of the things you're going to see on the district's website is what's the plan? Where do we get community input? How do I get involved? So at the end of the day, we've met with the teachers. We've actually met with the interfaith groups. We've met with the PTAs. We've probably had no less than 20 different input sessions leading up to last night's presentation approved by the board. So as Mike mentioned, last night the board did vote unanimously 7-0 to place on the ballot, and really starting probably tomorrow with the ballot information with Katie, her team, and the administration team. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Chairman Ahmad, or any questions you may have for us, and go from there.
Thank you so much again for being here. It's great information. Actually, I do have a few questions.
Absolutely.
I know Ms. Schroer, she mentioned, how many students do we have in Dearborn Heights that go to Dearborn schools?
About 1,000.
1,000 students. So again, for the people here in person, the residents and whoever is watching on Zoom, this is only affecting Dearborn Heights residents who live in Dearborn School District, which is east of Telegraph, north of Ford Road, all the way to Joy Road. So my second question, anybody did any calculation, how much would it affect Dearborn Heights residents, like the bond, millage-wise?
Yes.
And with that question, I know you said this is gonna come in phases. Is it gonna, do you know, like the schools that Dearborn Heights students attend, which phase are they in?
So from a millage rate standpoint, right now the district has 1.22 mills. So if you're a Dearborn Heights resident and you look at your tax bill, say debt 1.22, which is right here. And again, if you're at Crestwood, you'll see the 6.55. So it is a 3.14 mil increase. So again, the board is very transparent with that. Last night, they actually read the ballot proposal, the way it would fall on the ballot. And so if you take the 1.22 plus the 3.14, what you'd see is a 4.36 total mil. So Katie, if you have some additional, this is Katie's slide here. And then I'll turn over to Lamise for that particular question. So
I'm a number nerd. But part of that is, while the bond will ask for a 3.14 increase, sorry, we were up very late with the board meeting last night. The district is not going to collect its 2.18 operating millage, so we would already offset most of that increase for all of the residents. The Dearborn residents have a little advantage because the city is getting rid of a CSO millage, a combined sewer operating, so for them it would be a 0 increase. For the Dearborn Heights homeowners, it would be a 0.96 mil increase, so less than 1 mil. So it would be a small increase for a huge transformation in the entire district.
And this increase will start right away, so I'm not sure how does it work. The students in Dearborn Heights, they go to any school in Dearborn, or is it per location?
It's per
Per
location.
location. So do we know that the school they attend, what phase are, I know he mentioned there's different phases for different schools.
Yeah.
Are they in?
Yep. Yep. Let me show you.
Because I'm pretty sure people's going to be watching this later.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just-
Well, we welcome their questions because it helps us be more prepared. So many of your elementary students attend River Oaks.
Okay.
I don't think all of them, but that's the majority. River Oaks, trying to see from all the way over here, is in phase 2. So you're looking at early on in the bond. And then those students will go to the Howard Lindbergh K-8, which is going to be a brand-new facility. I want you, I don't know if you realize, but currently your River Oak students are split between two different middle schools. We've designed this so they all go together to the same middle school. So we think that's a good thing for them as they transition. We hope you'd agree with that. If they're already transitioning from elementary to middle, and now they may be transitioning with less of their friends. And so we were very thoughtful of keeping them together as they move through all these schools. So the Howard, Lindbergh, we have to change the yellow color, guys, because it's very hard to see. So that's also phase 2, and then Dearborn High, which is the high school, all of our high schools are in phase 3.
Which also brings me back to a point, so a lot of the.
I'm sorry,
River
Mr.
Oaks-
Said, if you can speak up
Oh,
so
yeah.
that everybody can hear you, if you don't mind. Thank you.
Sorry, a lot of the River Oaks students, I believe, used to go to Lindbergh, Lindbergh or Hague, one of those schools. And I remember when we changed the boundaries, there was a lot of frustration about that, you know, they were comfortable in Lindbergh or Hague, they had to go back to River Oaks. So this is also another positive, because I know we still have some of that same sentiment. So eventually, when their kids are in middle school, they'll be back with that cohort that they remember being with years ago.
I want to add that no matter what phase any of our buildings are in, work that is directly connected to safety and security will be happening in phase 1 across the district. So any major needs, even if they're in phase 2, 3, or 4, the major critical needs that we can complete will be done in phase 1, as long as it's not affecting the bigger projects moving forward, like safe vestibules, if we can work on transportation and parking and roofs and windows, heating, things that we can do in isolation from the bigger projects. We want to get to them in phase 1 across the district.
Ms. Struer, so
Yes.
this .9 goes, like the repayment plan, is it over how many years? The millage, how long? is it?
30.
30 years. So this is going to start .9, it's going to stay .9, so it has nothing to do with like how much money you gain in every phase, correct?
No, the reason why we're getting the 1.5 divided into 4 parts is to maintain that zero tax increase. So that's why it's designed that way. And even if we were to get 1.5 in one lump sum, we can even use all that money because that's too many projects happening at the same time anyways.
So for Dearborn Heights resident, basically, they're going to see .9 mil increase on their taxes for the next 30 years, if that bond is passed. in
Yes, yes. And if
Council
nothing
Chair.
changes from your end with your mills.
Mayor?
Council Chair, it's only in limited areas of the city of Dearborn Heights. So it'll be River Oak subdivision and Military Hills.
Correct, it's, we just discussed the mayor, it's about 1,000 students that they go to Dearborn schools.
It might be more than 1,000 with Military Hills. I'm going to recalculate that and send that to you.
Well, Military Hill students only go to Dearborn High, so they wouldn't attend River Oaks.
Exactly. So the number I gave you was River Oaks moving through K-12. So now that I add those students, it'll be more than 1,000 students that would benefit.
How many students altogether in Dearborn schools right now?
We have about 19,500 on average, and it stays pretty steady, plus GSRP. We have 600 students on average in our GSRP programs.
So those 4 phases are going to be over 15 years then?
Over 20.
Over 20?
Council Chair,
Mayor?
I want you to know that I had the privilege of meeting with the team, and so thank you guys for coming out here, and I asked them to, schedule this with you guys. I had some like back and forth concerns. I asked that all of you guys make the initiative to go and speak with our assessor, because the highest property value in the city of Dearborn Heights and Military Hills is a friend of ours, I won't give any names, Abbas Khalil, being taxed at where he would
He's selling the
see-
house, by the way.
He did he sell it?
I think it's pretty soon.
He's in the process.
Who's buying it?
Yeah. Well, at the highest tax bracket across the city, Abbas Khalil would see about a $90 increase on his taxes over the year. So when I asked him, you pay all this money in taxes, would you be okay with a $90 increase? He said, I'm all for it. So I just want you guys to put that in, because at first I know I was giving you some pushback, so I want you to know that I was.
As you should have, right?
Yeah.
You're representing your entire city. Like I said earlier, the stars are aligning right now. It's maybe a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this transformational bond with little to zero tax increase.
I know, Mr. Stewart, in the presentation, did I see 24, you have 24 buildings or 24 schools in Dearborn schools?
So we will be decreasing. Did you want to go to that slide?
Yeah, actually,
all set.
I think you're referring to the secured vestibule slide.
Okay.
So right now, there's 33 total facilities. 8 of those do have secured vestibules, so you get buzzed in, you're in a vestibule, come in. Some of the elementary schools currently built in the 20s. The office is actually in the middle of the school building. So parents or community members get buzzed in, they walk kind of freely to the office. So again, in today's times is to bring that office up to the front. But there are 33 total facilities that will be touched in the bond. And as Lamise said, every single building will be touched in the first phase. If it's new athletics, if it's a new track, if it's new CT exploration space at a middle school, new roofs, there's $180 million of just critical needs in the first phase to help address something. Because again, if you take a look at this slide here, Livonia's done $381 million in the last, 10 or 15 years. Crestwood just passed a bond. Plymouth Canton. So again, unfortunately, the district's been forced to use general fund dollars for these improvements really since 2013. So again, this bond helps catch the district up on the critical needs, but more importantly, the transformational spaces that Lamise mentioned. And again, when you take a look at the locations, again, every quadrant's getting touched. But most importantly, if you take a look at those students that are impacted, again, that's in the first couple of phases. And as Lamise mentioned, if you are in that second phase, you're really starting that conversation year 2 or 3. So that's where you get the community input, the planning, looking at enrollment, looking at funding, and really making sure that you're addressing any concerns before you really start construction, so.
And you said 180 million? So more than a touch, that's like a big hug in phase 2, right? So noticeable improvements in phase 1 across the district. Any other
This
questions?
is great. Council members, any
Council
questions?
Chair?
Or feedback?
Councilman?
Or concerns?
Thank you. I don't know if I missed it or not, but is this going to affect every resident in Dearborn Heights, or those just living in that one area right there?
This will positively impact the students that live in Dearborn Heights but attend Dearborn schools.
I meant the millage increase,
It will affect your entire city.
entire city?
Yep.
No,
It will?
No, just at the district.
River Oaks and Military
Yeah,
Hills.
sorry.
Just the district.
Just that
Yes.
district?
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
east
Sorry,
of
Mike.
Telegraph, north of Ford Road, yep,
Okay.
all the way to Joyce.
Yes.
Now, is that,
Impact my house.
And it's kind of confusing. In Dearborn Heights, we have like 6 school districts.
Got it.
So
Oh,
everybody
okay.
has the
I
different millage.
understand now. Are you talking about District 7 and all of that? Oh, yeah, no.
I would love
no.
one.
I did my student teaching in District 7,
and is
only
this,
5 years ago.
is this mandatory, or is it going to be voted on, or how is this going to be implemented to Dearborn Heights residents?
So our board unanimously voted to put it on the November ballot, and so we are moving forward with this. That being said, we want your feedback, we want your concerns, we want your questions, because whatever you share with us all of this can be adapted to an extent to make sure that your needs are being met as well. We are very proud of how comprehensive this is. It's student-driven, it's based on needs and also innovation. And if you'd like a deeper dive into the schools that directly affect your students, we'll be happy to do that at another meeting, so you can have a better idea if you have questions that come your way moving forward.
So this won't be on Dearborn Heights ballot,
It would for the Dearborn Heights resident that lives in that
in
district.
that, just in that area there?
Just-
So,
just that.
Council Chair,
Mayor?
just to kind of answer Councilman Wenzel, it would be anybody that votes at the Henry Ford.
Let's make it easy, just east of Telegraph, north of Ford Road, all the way to Joy Road.
I'm just wanting to know for like precinct purposes, like in your area, you would not be voting for it. In my area, we wouldn't be voting for it. I don't think anybody here in the
Precincts
city
1 and
council.
2? Okay.
I don't think anybody here sitting here would be voting on any of their districts, to be honest.
So
So,
Madam Clerk just mentioned would be District 1 and 2.
yes.
Yes.
And it would be all at Henry Ford, actually, because we closed down the voting precinct at River Oaks, correct? That's correct. So it would, everybody that votes at Henry Ford,
Michael Berry.
Michael Berry,
Michael Berry.
Henry
Yeah.
Ford Center, Michael Berry Center.
It's Michael Berry, yep.
Is it Michael Berry?
You know, since we mentioned Henry Ford, I know Henry Ford somehow follows the Dearborn School Board. Is this money
Oh,
affecting Henry
early,
Ford?
you're talking about Henry Ford College.
Yeah, this is
Got
me
it.
right now. not-
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the money, it's not affecting,
This is just a K-12.
what about the Henry Ford Early College?
It will,
It
it will
will?
impact the early college. However, the early college, we just.
I'm sorry, again,
Come to the mic.
just for the people on Zoom.
It will impact the early college, but however, at least the students in the early college just went through a major renovation though. So their facility is almost brand new, which you're welcome to go visit at any time as well.
I did, my son goes there.
Oh, okay, great, outstanding. There you go.
I have a very smart son.
What's that?
Did you say hello to the chief's wife? Chief Shaheen's wife?
Oh, how you
Hello?
doing? Yeah, we said
Chief
hello
of
earlier,
Dearborn's
right?
wife? Yeah, we say hello?
Hi.
Oh, really? Okay.
You are.
That's his better half, huh?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't
Surprised Tom
know,
didn't
no.
say hello.
I didn't.
Shame on him.
Council members,
Say hello?
any more questions?
Good
Are you
presentation,
being tough
thank
on-
you.
Very
I
nice.
guess it's something that's
Thank you.
definitely, that's, schools in Dearborn's in need. I mean, I'm trying to compare it to the bond we just passed in Crestwood. I mean, we got 120 million for 4 schools.
Yeah.
And here we're looking at, they said 33 buildings.
Yes, yes.
So the math makes sense.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
definitely makes sense. And like the mayor mentioned, and I mean, it's not going to be affecting our resident that much, 0.9 of a mil, 1 mil. So it's barely $1 for every
Every
1,000,
1,000, yeah.
So, not even so. It's like 90 cents on the dollar.
You may have questions later, tomorrow, next week. Feel free to communicate with us. We're happy to come back.
Thank you so much.
And we would love your support and your feedback regarding this. We are very proud of it. We feel it's very comprehensive and, like I said, much needed. And so, our kids deserve the best. When they go to other districts and they look around, they should not be envious. They should go to their own schools and feel like their community is taking care of them and is proud of them and is making sure they have the best of the best as well.
Well, thank you again, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
And congratulations again, Mr. Asaili, for being voted in.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I look forward to working with all of you as well in a different
Likewise.
capacity.
Likewise, thank you very much.
They want me to make a statement for you.
You're going to make a statement?
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're not here for veterans.
Are we pausing? With something else?
Yeah, we can pause.
Recording stopped.
Good evening, everyone, and I would like to welcome you all to the Dearborn Heights City Council meeting, June 23rd, 2026. I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. Madam Clerk, please take roll call.
Hassan Ahmad,
Present?
Nancy Breyer,
Here?
Robert Constant,
Here.
Margaret King. Here. Denise Malinowski Maxwell, absent.
Madam Clerk, for the record, Councilwoman, she did contact me. She's not feeling well, so I hope she feels well soon.
Thank you. Hassan Saab, And Tom Wenzel.
Present.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving to the Pledge of Allegiance, I would like to call on Sergeant Bazzi and Officer Hajj to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please, and the rest of the officers and the chief. Which chief? Chief Gazowski, Police Department. No fire today. I Just before we begin tonight's meeting, I would like to review a few expectations to help ensure that our proceedings are conducted in a respectful, orderly, and efficient manner. First, I ask all residents and visitors in attendance to remain quiet during the meeting unless they have been recognized to speak during the appropriate public comment period by the council chair. Any side conversation should be taken outside the council chamber so that everyone can hear and participate in the meeting without distraction. If disruption occur, I may ask those individuals to step outside so we can continue conducting the city business in an orderly manner. Second, I respectfully remind our honorable mayor and honorable city council members that all comments and discussions should be directed to the council chair. Please wait to be recognized before speaking and refrain from inviting individuals to the podium to speak unless they have been recognized by council chair. Third, I ask Honorable Mayor Baidoon and honorable members of the City Council to limit discussion on agenda items to 2 minutes or less, whenever possible. Keep comments concise and focused will help us efficiently conduct the city business while ensuring that all members have an opportunity to participate. Finally, I encourage everyone to maintain a professional and respectful tone throughout the meeting. Healthy discussion, differing viewpoints are an important part of the legislative process. However, personal attacks, interruptions, and unnecessary confrontation do not serve the interests of this body or the residents we represent. At the conclusion of discussion, each elected official has the right and the responsibility to vote as they see fit, and those decisions should be respected. Thank you all for the cooperation, professionalism, and commitment to serving the residents of Dearborn Heights. With that being said, we move on to Mayor Baidoon, SIMCAC Transportation Alternatives Program tab, funding award. The Southeast Michigan Council of Government will be presenting us with a check. And we have with us today Deputy Executive Director Kevin Vetrano. Did I say that right?
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, please. I don't need to.
Thank you. We won't be saying too much because I know Council Chair is limiting it to 2 minutes here. So Tom, you and I will be speaking a lot less. But I just wanted to thank everybody here today. $700,000 is coming to the city of Dearborn Heights, and I want the residents at home to know exactly what is taking place alongside this administration, our chief of staff. But most importantly, I wanted to recognize our Councilwoman Margaret King. I know this is something that you have been waiting for far too long on this, and it's one of the reasons why in the initiatives that you ran. And so we want you to know here today, one, we're being recognized with the $700,000. Thank you so much to SIMCOG. If we can give them a round of applause. $700,000 is being set for 11 rectangular rapid flashing beacons across near schools and raised intersections at Annapolis and Pardee. All of these enhance the pedestrian safety and crossings for our streets and our children. This is something that was applied for. I know it's something that you advocated for. I know that Nicole Hefty is also here with us. So right early on, she was able to jump on this. And so if I want to recognize Nicole Hefty, if we can give her a round of applause. I don't want to take the credit for it. She's like, no, like I can't take the credit for this, but guess what? Being that we built this from scratch and you are the director, we are definitely going to give you the credit. So one more round of applause to Nicole. Please go ahead. The mic's yours.
Oh, thank you. I also want to recognize John Dancy, who a lot of times Director Dancy with DPW, Director Dancy often has things that we kind of sent his way, and all day he's fielding calls, whether it be from the residents or for sure for the administration. So thank you, Director Dancy, on the work you're about to do for this one. Thank you very much. And thank you to SEMCOG, and also important to note that Wade Trim was a valuable partner in helping get this done, and Vaughn, who's often in our office, who's our lead city engineer. So thank you very much to everybody.
I think Kevin was,
Just real quick.
yeah, Kevin had a presentation.
Yes, yep. Very quick. I just want to thank you for having us. Congratulations on the funding. This is what makes our job at SEMCOG great. We get to come out, provide funding to really important projects, and this is one of them. I also want to thank you for your membership and partnership at SEMCOG. The Transportation Alternatives Program is one of our largest pots of funding that goes directly into the communities. So anytime we can improve the safety of our kids to get to school, the safety of our crossing of our main streets, improving the connectivity of our communities is a win for us. So I don't want to take too much time, but just congratulations, and we'd love to do a photo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for the check. Keep on coming. Council members, can you join us, please?
I'll get it. It's like a dangerous weapon.
I always wanted one of these transfers.
I know. I don't know which bank accepts it. Let's do bank that you can write in that little slot.
We can have some.
Treasurer, do you accept checks like this?
I knew you didn't know it was there.
Nicole in here,
Nicole.
Nicole. Director Hefty.
Okay, lower your end a little bit so it's on a level with Margaret.
Well, let's just get Nicole first, and we'll take the.
It's leaning up. Lower your hand.
Excuse me, sorry.
No, see, you don't want to block Margaret's face.
Now lower all.
No, this is good. It's good.
Tom, move in a little bit.
I'm just gonna get behind the podium.
Don't get first with Nicole.
All right, ready? One. Who's going first?
Let's go from.
Well, I don't have a flash,
So everybody's looking at the same camera.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
We got it.
It's gotta be Casey.
Thanks, everybody. Great job.
Thanks so much.
Stay in your office.
Thank you, Nicole. Where do you get all that money?
You're the Gretchen.
You have to use skateboard.
You see the mayor by doing, my fellow council members,
You want to go to that?
Madam Clerk, Madam Treasurer, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor this evening as the chair of the Dearborn Heights City Council to recognize two outstanding public servants whose dedication, leadership, and commitment to our community continue to make Dearborn Heights a safer, stronger, and more connected city. Sergeant Mohammed Bazi and Officer Khalil Hujaj. Public safety is about much more than responding to calls and enforcing laws. I'm so sorry, Chief Gazowski, could you join me, please? Again, public safety is about much more than responding to calls and enforcing laws. It's about building trust, creating relationships, mentoring young people, and being present in the community every day. Both Sergeant Bazi and Officer Hujaj exemplify those values. I have had the privilege of working closely with both of these gentlemen on numerous community events throughout the years. Whether it has been city-sponsored programs, youth initiatives, public safety events, or community outreach events, they have always stepped forward with the genuine to serve the people of Dearborn Heights, with a genuine desire to serve the people of Dearborn Heights. Sergeant Bazzi has dedicated his career to this community that he proudly calls home. Through his service as field training officer, SWAT team member, road patrol sergeant, and now community service sergeant, he has always demonstrated leadership, integrity, and a deep commitment to strengthening the relationship between the police department and our residents. Throughout his career, he has taken on critical leadership roles, including overseeing cadet and jail operations and helping mentor and develop future law enforcement professionals. Today, as community service sergeant, he works closely with residents, businesses, schools, and community organizations to address concerns, build partnerships, and enhance public safety throughout our city. His lifelong connection to Dearborn Heights, his accessibility to residents, and now his commitment to supporting and leading programs such as the Dearborn Heights Police Reserve Unit have made him a trusted and respected figure throughout the community. Please give him a round of applause. Officer Hajj has brought tremendous energy, innovation, and vision to community policing throughout his career. Since beginning his law enforcement career in 2005, he has always focused on building meaningful relationships between law enforcement and the communities he serves. During his time as school resource officer and community service officer, he has worked tirelessly to engage students, families, educators, residents, businesses, and community organizations in ways that strengthen trust and improve public safety. I have had the unique honor of working alongside Officer Hajj in developing and launching the Dearborn Heights Police Explorers Program. Please give him a round of applause. A program that continues to provide young people with leadership opportunities, mentorship, and a greater understanding of public service. Officer Hajj's commitment to service extends beyond traditional policing. He has helped organize backpack giveaways and worked with schools, houses of worships, businesses, and community leaders on safety planning and active threat training. Most recently, I've had the opportunity to work alongside both Sergeant Bazzi and Officer Hajj under the leadership of Chief Michael Gazowski in launching the new driver safety class focused on investing in the safety and success of our young drivers. What makes both of those officers exceptional is that they understand that policing is about people. They understand the importance of being visible, accessible, and engaged within the community. They have invested countless hours beyond their normal duties to make Dearborn Heights a safer, stronger, and more connected city. And I am proud to say that Sergeant Bazzi and Officer Hajj were able to secure close to $50,000 for the Dearborn Heights Police Explorer Program, with more to come. On behalf of the Dearborn Heights City Council, Mayor, and Administration, I want to personally thank Sergeant Bazzi and Officer Hajj for their service, their leadership, and their unwavering commitment to our residents. Your work does not go unnoticed, and our community is better because of your dedication. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing Sergeant Muhammad Bazzi and Officer Khalil Hajj for their outstanding contribution to the city of Dearborn Heights. We do have a first proclamation for Sergeant Bazzi here from the Dearborn Heights City Council. Hereby recognizes and honors Sergeant Muhammad Bazzi for his service, leadership, and commitment to the community, and extends its sincere appreciation for his contributions to the public safety and the city of Dearborn Heights. Signed by Mayor Baidu and myself, council members, Madam Treasurer, and Madam Clerk. do have here another proclamation for Officer Khalil Hajj from the Dearborn Heights City Council hereby recognizes and honor Officer Khalil Hajj for his service, leadership, and commitment to the community and extend its sincere appreciation for his contribution, again signed by Mayor Mo Baidoun, myself, council members, Madam Clerk, and Madam Treasurer. I'd like, with the Explorers and any officers reserve, like to join the picture, would love to have you.
Get them over by the emblem.
Let's do it in the middle. Okay. Let's do it.
Make sure we get the families in the picture too.
Take pictures with the officers, then we'll get it. Plus, too many people.
They're taking a picture.
These guys are more important than us. Get these guys in the picture.
They need a bigger city hall.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
If I can see the camera, I'm in the picture.
That's true.
Not figuratively. Councilman Saab, you cannot use this for political reasons, okay? Cannot end up on your next mailer.
Hey, am I going? No, we're not in it. Okay.
Please give him another round of applause.
Congratulations. I see the princess. Congratulations, Sergeant.
Mo, can we invite the family of Sergeant Bazzi for pictures?
You know him too well.
Sure, you look at this one.
Mo, Kaz, just with the family, please.
Where are their
Sergeant Bazzi
families?
and the family of
Yeah, get the
Officer Hajj.
families. Somebody move my chair lower.
Did they really?
Yeah, it wasn't this low.
You
Mo, did you mess up my chair?
No, I did not.
Is it that? Yeah. Is it that thing right there? That might.
Council Chair, I thought we were not going to make this go fast. What's going on here?
I'm the council chair.
Okay. Okay. All right, Rose, you're getting, Rose, your head's getting big right now.
Just me
All
and the
right.
deputy mayor. That's
What? What's up, Angelo? Answer my text.
You gotta look over here? All right, 1, 2.
Now apologize.
Apology denied. Mayor, how are you?
Back fits better.
I got two chiefs wearing white and they're both bald. That's great. Both blue eyes, both have no hair.
Hey, Chief,
both
having to
wearing
deal
white.
with this mayor, I see it happening.
Okay, just a few words from Sergeant Bazzi, everyone.
You wrote a speech?
Wow.
I'm just joking.
All right, good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the mayor, city council, our administration, and everyone involved in recognizing me and Officer Hojej with this award. It's truly an honor, and we're both humbled by this recognition. Serving the residents of Dearborn Heights has been one of my most greatest privileges of my life. For the past 12 years, I've had opportunities to serve the community and currently hold the rank of sergeant. Throughout that time, I've learned that policing is much more than responding to calls, enforcing laws, and it's about building relationships, earning trust, and being present for people we serve. Officer Hojej and I have been fortunate to work together in our community service unit, where we oversee the explorers, the reserves. We work closely with the churches, the mosques, the schools, our school resource officers, and we have had opportunities to work with some of the most incredible people and make meaningful connections throughout our city. This award is just not about the two of us. It reflects the support and dedication of many officers, reserves, explorers, faith leaders, city employees who work alongside of us every day. None of what we can do on our own is accomplished as a group and as a team. I especially want to thank our families for understanding and further understanding and their support. Of course, you guys all know public service often requires long hours and dedication, and their encouragement doesn't come unnoticed, especially when we work these long hours and we're barely home. Officer Hojej and I are proud to serve the city, and we're proud to work with the outstanding men and women of the Dearborn Heights Police Department. And we're really proud to be part of this community. And we're going to continue to grow together and support one another. Thank you again to the city council, the mayor, our chief, for everything you guys do and for actually recognizing us for the work we put in. It means a lot and it goes a long way. And we continue to look forward to moving the city in the positive direction and helping one another. The city's nothing but, working together so we have enough pride, dedication, integrity. Thanks again. God bless you guys. And have a good night.
Again, thank you for
Council
Sergeant
Chair.
Bazzi, Officer Hojej. Thank you for your families. God bless you, and thank you for being here to celebrate this moment with us.
Council Chair.
Mayor?
I will keep it brief since I'm limited on time, but I just wanted to thank our police chief, Chief Michael Kozowski, for bringing on these units and reactivating this. At first, I was opposed to this, and I said, no, this is not something that we want to do. But he said that there's definitely a need to making sure that our officers are feeling engaged with our community. And so I wanted to recognize him, and I wanted to recognize Sergeant Bazzi and Officer Hojej, who really have been taking on the call for a lot of the concerns and issues for our residents and have been working alongside our community members, but also this administration. They've been working with our legal team. They've been working with our ordinance department, and they've been working with our community liaison. So thank you guys for everything. And then most importantly, they've been keeping our community safe. And now I'm not telling you that it's the end all do all. It's not like But we want you to know that we're seeing a lot more community presence, and I want to thank our chief, and I want to thank them for that, and thank you, Councilman Ahmad, for this recognition. Congratulations.
Council members, any comments from anybody? Okay, seeing none, thank you, everyone, and congratulations again. Okay,
I think Emo's got a few words. Go ahead, Emo.
moving on to agenda approval.
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab,
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the amended agenda for the regular meeting of June 23, 2026 as submitted.
Support.
a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to approval of the minutes.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab,
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes of the special meeting of June 9, 2026 as outlined in 4A.
Second.
a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman King. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 4B, minutes from the regular meeting of June 9th, 2026.
Council Chair.
Councilman
I
Saab,
move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes for the regular meeting of June 9, 2026 as outlined in 4B.
Second.
a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Thank you. I have an issue with motion 26-269. I believe that was the motion that was passed for the street painting.
The cross art, yep.
Yeah, the street art. I did nothing against anyone who had anything to do with setting this up. It's kind of a cool project. But I've done some research, and unfortunately, I feel that this is the kind of project you have do when you have extra money. This is costing the city over $20,000, I believe, and that money is coming out of our DPW highway expenditures.
Councilman, this has already been voted on.
I know.
You think about changing your vote, or?
Well,
You can change your vote.
I think it's something we should look back into. I mean, we
Like I said,
want,
Councilman, there's something you already voted on. If you need to bring it forward, you need another motion, so we can bring it forward. Otherwise, we're just wasting time
can you
here.
just give me 30 more seconds?
Okay, go ahead, Councilman.
Okay, we purchased over 150 LED stop signs, and we've installed a little over half of them. And at $20,000, I calculated, I watched the installation of some of these signs, and I did some calculations and some investigations. And that amount of money could pay for about 150 signs installed through DPW. I'm just saying, maybe we should look into this again. I talked to some people from different cities. Allen Park, they tried this program. They stopped doing it because the paint wore out, and they started doing wall murals instead. So,
Thank you,
Council Chair.
Councilman. Something to have to say, Director?
Yeah, just want to make sure it's paid by highway, but reimbursed by Act 51 traffic services money. So it's the specific funding from the state for Act 51 major and local streets.
what's money?
Also, this is a test pilot program, and other communities that have done this type of program have not installed it in the murals correctly or have rushed the process. So we're taking steps to ensure that this program does get followed correctly, and hopefully it does work out properly. And if it doesn't work out properly, we tried something good that would be good for the community.
Council Chair.
Thank you, Director. Mayor?
If I just may, you guys, trust me, at first I was a little skeptical on this. One, it is coming from our Act 51 major money, which is, I believe, we just received an additional $3.5 million from the state. We're asking for $20,000 to pilot, potentially, another public safety approach is how you have to look at this. You may say, why are we doing murals on the road? I'm saying it's attracting people's attention, and it's reminding them that you're at a crosswalk now. So you can look at it from like, oh, well, we can buy more stop signs, and, you're right, you could do that. But if this right here is slowing somebody down one time extra, then it's served its purpose. So like, we can't come and speak on like public service and say, well, let's just do more flashing stop signs. We're going to do flashing stop signs. We're going to do many other avenues of an approaches. and making sure that public safety is a concern in Dearborn Heights. You unfortunately cannot have an officer at every single corner on every single block. There's 180 square miles. The city of Dearborn Heights is bigger than the country of Lebanon. I mean, it is what it is.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, like I said, this is something already been voted on by the council. I do thank Councilman Wenzel for bringing this forward, but this is something already been voted on, and I think the majority of the council has agreed. But if there's something else, you can bring it forward with another motion. Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Madam Clerk, please take roll call.
Nancy Breyer,
Yes?
Margaret King. Yes. Hassan Saab,
Yes.
Tom Wenzel,
No.
Robert Constant,
Yes.
Hassan Ahmad.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to public hearing and public comment. Please state your name, street, city you live in, and you have 2 minutes.
Hello, Council Chair and Mayor. I just want to talk about a couple of items. First off, I'd like to acknowledge the passing of father, husband, former council member, and Library Advisory Board member Roy Pilot. Roy passed away last Sunday morning. He was an avid reader, library supporter, and Sherlock Holmes aficionado. He was always great to be around, always a guy that gave warm support to anyone he was talking with. His cheerful demeanor and down-to-earth wisdom was always good to be in the presence of. And I'd like to ask the chair for a moment of silence in his honor.
Definitely. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. For those interested, the visitation will be Wednesday, June 24th, tomorrow, from 4 to 7 p.m. at L.J. Griffin Funeral Home, with a rosary at 7, and a mass will be held Thursday, June 25th, at 11 a.m. at St. Sabina Catholic Church. So thank you. Second, I want to thank everyone for the preparation for the summer reading program. We had a great turnout, lots of happy kids. Thanks to the Dearborn Heights Explorers for their help once again, Crestwood NHS, the Friends of the Library, and Building Maintenance for all of their work. Also, in the next few weeks, we're going to be dropping off some activity boxes. We had over 1,600 signups this cycle, so looking forward to getting those out there. Probably going to be in mid-July. And that's it. So that's all for now. Thanks for your time, and see you at the library.
Thank you, Director, and my prayers and condolences goes to the family of Roy. Thank you for bringing this forward. Please state your name, street, city you live in. You have 2 minutes.
Carly Ladd, McDonald Street, Dearborn Heights. I just wanted to bring it to the council's attention. I have pictures. There is a gentleman who has a giant basket full of things that lives in the bus stop in front of our police station on the south end, at the corner of Michigan Avenue and Beach Daily. And these are different days that he has been there. I have called on him. I don't understand why he is able to live in our bus stop. It's pretty gross. When we drive by, he actually has a lawn chair that he pulls out and he sits in and keeps his basket right next to him. I don't think that's a very good look for us, especially if he's sitting in the bus stop in front of the police station. I just wanted to bring it to your attention because, like I said, he has been shooed away before. I do understand how people with disabilities and they don't have homes, I know that that's rough for them. I have been told that he was taken to a shelter, but he is back again and he's just sitting there and he waves at people as they go by. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Thank you very much. I know the chief is here and the ordinance director is here. I'm not sure which department handles that. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do either.
That's legal.
Yeah. What's up?
Chair.
Gary?
Well, he's on property of whoever has the bus. I would think. So there's partially a concern there. If he's truly living in the property, he shouldn't be living in the property. But these situations, a lot of times if someone is homeless, are more difficult to address than to simply give someone a ticket that they're not going to be able to pay, and then we'll essentially put them into custody and then into jail where they'll basically be paid for by us. So these situations are not always easily addressed through the legal system in that fashion. But certainly if if there's an issue with him living in an improper environment, then that could end up being addressed. It's just, again, more complicated than, giving him a ticket or arresting him.
Thank you, Corp Counsel. Any more in person? Council Chair? Oh, how are we
Zohair Abdullah, 354 Rosemary. First, thank you for honoring those officers. I think they deserve it. They've been very good example in the, in the police department. And personally, I have many times asked him for help, and they were around always. The program for the reserve, the chief and the mayor, if possible. How many reserve we have if we open this program?
Just go ahead, finish all the questions, Mr. Abdullah, and then they can answer.
I always, when I moved in 1992, there were a great number of good citizens and volunteers in the city working at the police department without even pay. People who felt that they belong to the city, they need to serve the city, they want to protect the people of the city. I like to see that program is back, and I like to see this open for people who really either retired or people who like to serve on weekends, because we are short. I don't know how many police officers in the department. I see the people, how they drive in our city. It's miserable. It's not safe. If anybody can tell me it's safe, it is not, because I see how those people drive 70, 80, and 40 miles an hour zones. So I urge this administration, the chief of the police, to work on it and to have more people and leave it open for good citizens who have good standing in the community. A second thing, we are borrowing $1.5 million from the water department. I hope, Mr. Mayor and City Council, that we are able to pay it back, and why we are borrowing that money. If those are my questions, if they can be answered.
Mr. The first one about the reserve has already been, applications are being taken, so anybody interested to join the reserve, they can reach out to the police department. And regarding the 1.5, do you mind if we just discuss it when it comes to the agenda? So just for the sake of time.
I don't mind.
For sure, thank you. Any more questions?
No, if we cannot, have enough reserve, if we do not have enough police, officers, I would like to see if we have other options to go to the sheriff to ask for help, and to see if we can hire even a private company, if we can afford it, to help the police department, because those will be a lot cheaper than what we have right now.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Like I said, the reserve unit has been open for applications, and on the agenda today, we do have an agreement with Wayne County Sheriff as well. So everything's been taken care of. Chief, you have something to say?
So yeah, we're a little bit ahead of you on that. So we do have something on the agenda tonight to incorporate Wayne County Sheriffs into our city to help us with our traffic problem, right? And so when I took this job, part of the interview process, and the city was very interested in our reserve program. So kind of the history on that, real briefly, is a couple of chiefs ago, we eliminated our reserve program, then we brought it back, right? So the issue we're having right now is reserves have to go through a reserve academy, which is hosted by the Wayne County Regional Academy. It's affiliated with Schoolcraft College. There are other academies also. The issue is, because of lack of interest, they have not put on an academy in quite a while. So that's kind of what the stop wall is right there for us bringing in reserves. But I am on board with that. I think reserves play an important role in our community and in our police department. I would just kind of caution you that reserve police officers are not able to write tickets for civil infractions, speeding. So we rely on our officers for that. Whether it's through traffic details and/or help from the county that we're going to be requesting. You'll see it on the agenda. You probably read it because I know you read your packets. So
I did.
yeah. So We're working on it, I
I'm
promise.
just
yeah.
trying to see if we can have officers who can help in other things while we release our officers who can write tickets. This is money generation for the city and safety.
Right, so so it's, for us, it's not about the money generations. For us, it's truly about safety. And I'll tell you, over the last 80 days, I went back to May 1st, when I got back into the office today, and we've written about 5,000 tickets in the last 80 days. That's a crazy amount, right? That's a crazy number of tickets for a department our size. And on top of those 5,000 tickets, we've also handled over 11,000 calls for service. So when you couple the calls for service and the times, peak times for calls for service are also peak times for traffic, right? So, I mean, we have officers working all the time, 24 hours a day, trying to do our part in controlling the traffic, right? Police enforcement and police is only one part of it. There's engineering, traffic studies, and all, there's all kinds of things that go to traffic safety. And I assure you, I have my officers working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on our traffic problem.
You're doing a great job,
I'd like
Chief.
them to work 8 hours and to reduce the overtime.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Chief. Doing a great job. Thank you. Any more people in?
Council Chair, should I go up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
geez,
we
okay,
just,
yeah.
you can stay there.
Angela Venegas, Dwight Street, Dearborn Heights, Michigan. I kind of want to fall and piggyback on Zuhair. I think we need to get some more reserve officers in here too, and maybe get county, and I know it's on the agenda, get more county and state in to give us a hand, and maybe we can get the officers in the neighborhood to take care of some of the traffic problems and other issues that we have going on. I do see more officers out and about, but, you know, you listen to your cameras any time of the day at night, especially at nighttime, you still hear everybody racing around. It's like a racetrack. And safety is, with Zuhair, I'm with him on that, you know, safety is a main priority, and I want to bring up the kids on e-scooters. I almost had 3 of them hit me. I'm going to say hit me because I was driving down the street and they come flying out of a side street in front of me. And when I approached them to tell them they needed to be more careful with what came out of their mouth wasn't very pleasant. And I would like to have followed them home to talk to their parents, but I'm sure if their kids are a reflection of their parents, it would have done no good whatsoever. And we wish we could get some type of more community involvement with our police department, maybe have a meeting with concerned citizens, maybe with the police chief at some point, just to voice our concerns and maybe, you know, help us with some of the issues that we're having with a lot of things that are going on, you know, things that, and I know you guys can't be there. I'm the mother of 3 police officers, and trust me, I've probably heard and seen every scenario, and I feel bad for our police chief because they can't be everywhere, and we can't make people obey the law. Unfortunately, we don't have that control. So, but I just think maybe getting some kind of community thing with, you know, residents, maybe a meeting or something would be a good idea.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. How you doing? Good to see you.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for having me. I'm Andrea Vaughn, District Director for State Senator Sylvia Santana. I want to say thank you, Mayor Baidoon, and esteemed council members. Thank you, officers, policemen, all that you do, fire chief, everything that you do. Thank you so much. I just want to inform you that Senator Santana is having a lunch and learn for the educators, so the principals, the superintendents, principals in her district, which is Senate District 2, which is comprised of Dearborn Heights, Dearborn, parts of Detroit, if you know Detroit District 7, some of District 6, and a little portion of Allen Park. She's bringing educators together to discuss issues and best practices between the districts. So I just wanted to let you know if there's any educators in the room, anyone that's on the live that's listening, you can reach out to me and we can get you on it. It's going to be Monday, which is June 29th, is going to be at the Doubletree on Ford Road. That address is 5801 Southfield Highway or Freeway, however. Yes, it's going to be right there, and it's going to be from 11:30 to 2 p.m. So if you are interested, I'll be here for a little while, and you can see me, and we can get you on that list to come and join the educators in Senate District 2 to find out what we can do to make things better in our education system. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good evening. Please state your name, street, and city you live in. You have 2
Shelley
minutes.
Reno, Highview Street, Dearborn Heights. I've made a few calls about, I know priority waste has been an issue in the city. And I have to say that in my neighborhood, I drive around quite often. I've sent a few pictures to Mo. At times, we have houses that have the whole front of their city property full of nothing but empty boxes, garbage. Nothing's bagged up. It's just thrown all over. And they say, you know, the garbage man can only do so much with that. But I've noticed, I think it was Kenmore Street one day, almost all the way from Ford Road to Haas, every garbage container on that block was in the street. They want to complain they don't have street cleaners, but you have garbage containers in the middle of the street. But I say, back in the day, we had a few days, we had bulk or whatever, and now it seems like everything's just thrown all over. It doesn't look good for the city. It takes them a day or day and a half to pick this up. I mean, boxes should be cut down, broken down, bagged up. It just shouldn't be tossed all over the front property. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our Portland recycling bin, for sure. Madam Clerk?
Good evening. Lynn Senya, your city clerk. Just wanted to update you on the primary election that's coming up. Our seasonal part-time election workers have started, and they've stuffed between 7,200 and 7,300 absentee ballots that will be going to the post office this Thursday. So those that have requested ones, you should be receiving them in the mail. Our AV drop boxes will be open there as well, or on Thursday as well. We will have early voting this year at the Canfield Center, beginning on July 25th through August 2nd. There is not early voting on the Monday before the election. Election day is 8/4. And on the ballot, you have the governor, the U.S. senator, representative in Congress, which is the 12th and the 13th district, our state senator, 2nd district, representative in state legislature, the 15th district and the 25th district, depending on obviously what area you live in, the county executive and the delegate to the county convention. In addition, there will be 2 proposals on, one for the whole city, which will be the Wayne County Transit Authority, Wayne County Public Transportation Millage, and for those residing in Wayne Westland, they'll have a replacement building and site sinking fund millage proposal. Just a reminder, we do have packets available for Crestwood School Board, District 7 School Board, as well as our Charter Commission. I think that's it.
Madam Clerk, can you say how many already been picked up for the Charter Commission?
I can tell you, no, he's turned them in yet. I think we have 10.
10.
I think 10.
And when is the deadline for them to?
10 or 11, maybe 11.
What is the deadline?
July 21st.
July 21st?
Yes.
So again, whoever is interested in being on the Charter Commission, please pick up a packet from the clerk's office, and you have till July
21st. And you do have to have signatures for that, so it's between 100 and
So
200.
pick it up before.
For school board, you can pay $100 to be on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman?
Thank you. Tom Wetzel, 2 Lane Street, Dearborn Heights. We were supposed to have a presentation tonight done by the Downriver veterans, and unfortunately, they were unable to make it tonight. And so they asked me to make a couple statements, so I've been jotting down some notes here really quickly. It was agreed upon several months ago that the city property that was going up for sale, some of the property, houses, or vacant land were going to be reserved for veterans. And when the Downriver veterans heard this, they happened to be watching the meeting on Zoom. They were ecstatic, and they got a hold of me right away. And I've been working with them ever since. Their chairperson, Ann, who doesn't want her last name said, because she's that kind of person, she was actually recognized as Woman of the Year with the Dearborn Heights Rotary last month. She's got a lot of credibility. And they're a small group of volunteers, but they do a tremendous amount of work. They have architects, engineers, finance people, and they're asking me that they're going to come to the next meeting, and they have a proposal where they take some vacant property, and it's given to, they can tell you more about the procedure, but it's given to the Downriver veterans. They put a modular home on it, and it is given to a deserving veteran. And they asked me just now that ask the city not to list any vacant properties that are for sale until they can finish their statement. Also, as I'm requesting the mayor or council chair, if you can have the real estate company email us the appraised value of all the properties that are for sale, or is that possible? See, because I'm still looking to find that out, how much properties are worth. Also, it's come to my attention lately, different subject, that the Veterans Wall or the memorial outside City Hall, it has a name or two that aren't supposed to be on there. We're trying to find out what the criteria is to have your name on this wall. I did a lot of research, asking questions. No one seems to know. The Veterans Affairs Commission that we kind of approved, we had some names. I've been trying to get the names in the minutes from that meeting. I'm having a hard time getting that. I spoke with Phil Hall. I'm Phil Smith. Sorry, Phil. Phil Smith, a well-known veteran in Dearborn Heights, and he's willing to take the ball and go over the names on this wall, get a committee together, and maybe this would be a good project for our Veterans Affairs Commission. And it's just something that bothers a lot of veterans, that there are some names that are on there that maybe aren't supposed to be on there. So that I just wanted to let everybody know about that.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, can we move to Zoom?
Madam Clerk, Council Chair, can I just have Madam Clerk just give a quick update about our veterans?
On the veterans, and just so you know, on the Veterans Commission, I sent out an email February 26th. The mayor and I had been talking about getting the commission going to all council members and detailing how many the mayor could, I think it was 5, you'd have to do 5 before we went to the next level. And it was a synopsis of what the ordinance said. And I only received one response back, and it was from Margaret, and it was for Phil Smith.
Yeah,
Smith.
so I just want to,
So you
February
know that.
26th, I emailed, me and the Madam Clerk emailed all the council. The only person that responded was Margaret King, so thank you,
So
Margaret.
we're
But,
anxiously wanting
I mean,
to
like,
get-
we're going to do our part, but I need the council to give me direction, as you guys have said, so.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I don't recall the email, but.
We got the ordinances there in the.
Well, we have an ordinance. I'm sorry,
Councilman.
Council Chair? Yes, go ahead.
Councilman Wenzel, that was detailed in that
Yeah.
email that I sent about what the
I know, I'm
criteria
just-
was and
I'm
stuff
just
like that.
stating.
Okay.
Yeah, there is an ordinance, and it should be publicized that we're looking for potential candidates for commissioners, correct? And is it up to council people to do that?
No, it's the mayor appoints and and then you guys concur. There doesn't have to be anything online. But I was asking for your guys' permission, and and I just asked, like, who would you guys prefer, or if you have any veteran names? And the only person that came forward was Margaret King. And it was a very detailed
So if you have
email,
any names,
guys.
Councilman, just send them to the mayor. If anybody from the council members have any name, anybody's interested, please reach out to the mayor's office to be on that commission.
Council Chair, I submitted about half a dozen names.
You did?
Yeah.
To who?
When this all went down.
Yeah, to Bill Bazey.
Phil Smith, Dana
I
Parrish.
mean, you just said you submitted to who, though?
At the meeting, I brought the names up, and I was.
No, just send it to the mayor on an email.
Okay, it was all.
Maybe when that happened, there was not an ordinance.
Yeah.
Because remember that happened, there was a resolution, but then there had to be an ordinance created, and then it was approved. And then I don't know what happened before February
Email the mayor
26th.
and CC Chief of Staff, and it'll be done.
All right, okay, thank you.
And I'd like to keep Madam Clerk on this because I'm kind of having her help me on this process, so.
And Madam
please.
Clerk, too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Let's move on. Madam Clerk, let's move to Zoom, please.
Good evening, Council
Good evening.
and Mayor.
Good evening.
And City Clerk. Dana Parrish, Greenlee Park Street, Dearborn Heights. Mayor, with this one, hopefully you got your armor on. A while back, I sent you a email regarding crowdsourcing for the Veterans Memorial, where we could do improvements and/or upgrades. And this crowdsourcing is approved both at the state and federal level. I can point out in the city of Taylor where I worked, we did a crowdsourcing, very familiar to that, for the police department, where we had a huge statue, it was over $60,000 at the time. They sold bricks, paving bricks, people could purchase. And that was actually approved. That's one of the ideas that was floated. So we can actually do that as a municipality. And there's a ton of information out there. I'd like to get with you or your staff or chief of staff or somebody to talk about that. Because although that memorial is great, it was done by the JC some years ago, I think we can all agree that it needs at least a facelift of some kind. The next thing is, we rely on our employees to hoist and lower the flag out there. And during the Memorial Day holiday, there was a problem. I'm not blaming employees, and in fact, I think we should probably either help them or provide them some information, because we had the flag at half-staff the day after, which is only supposed to be down for that day. And the next day, it was down at half-staff.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
the other flags next to it, which were subordinate to it, were higher than the US flag.
Thank you,
which is an obvious no-no.
Thank you, Mr. Parrish. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, any more on Zoom? Okay, moving on. Number 6, fund transfer and current claims.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the current claim in ACH wire transfers 6-1 through 6-44 as submitted.
Support. A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 7A, Parks and Recreation Director, bid award playground engineered wood fiber.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council award the bid of $7,350 to Superior Ground Cover Incorporated to replace EWF in Swapaka Central and Heather Lane Park. Secondly, I request a budget amendment transferring $7,350 from GL account 101-691-887-000 Recreations Program to GL account number 101-691-931-000 repairs and maintenance for the necessary park safety improvement as outlined in 7A.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. And again, this is to approve bid award to playground engineered wood fiber. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, Director. Moving on to 9A, Brownfield Tifa Administrator Roscoe, Tifa audit report for year ended June 30, 2025.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file the tax increment finance authority, TIFA, June 30th, 2025 audit report as outlined in 9A.
Second. Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman King. Thank you again, Director, for the audit report, and thank you for all the stuff you've been working on. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9B, Brownfield Tifa Administrator, Roscoe 2026-2027 Tifa budget.
Council Chair.
Councilman
Move
Saab.
that Dearborn Heights City Council concur with the tax increment finance authority, TIFA, board approval of the 2026-2027 TIFA budget as outlined in 9B.
Second. A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Going over through the Tifa budget. Again, thank you, Director, for all the money been budgeted for the courthouse, and he's right here. So thank you again. I know we talked earlier, but this is all the stuff you've been doing to help the city move forward. It's greatly appreciated. Any discussion on this?
Council Chair.
Mayor?
Yeah, I just wanted the council, and thank you for taking that initiative by picking up the phone and giving a call to Tifa Tom. Councilman Saab, you should do as well. This guy is awesome, and he really does a lot of great work for the city, and him and his team, and I know everybody that's on the Tifa board, Rose, and so many of you guys, they really are instrumental in the city of Dearborn Heights, and I don't think they get enough recognition. The carpet that has been falling apart at the Justice Center for 14 years is being replaced now thanks to our Tifa, and so thank you guys so much for that.
No, I was trying to get to the, I know they're investing almost, was it almost 600,000, Director, or what? You're investing back in the city?
In terms of which
Like
area?
The courthouse and the
Oh,
other stuff?
The courthouse, the carpeting upgrades that the mayor mentioned, the carpeting there is 23 years old. Commercial carpeting is rated to last 5 to 15 years. So that project alone is over 300,000 just for that. We're looking at upgrading the boilers there. As you know, currently the Justice Center doesn't have any boilers operational. So when winter comes, it's going to get really cold really fast. So we're looking to assist the city with that, upgrading to new high-efficiency boilers that I'm kind of astounded. The ones that we have currently are, take up a room, and the new ones are like the size of a refrigerator. But there'll be a couple, at least more than a couple $100,000 for those. So yeah, that's just one area. And then
Yeah, I know. I was going through the budget and I saw it somewhere like almost you're investing, I think, 700,000 back into the city.
Oh, more than that, yeah,
More than
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because we have the proposed projects, even just one project working on with the Community and Economic Development Department. We're looking to start up a sidewalk program again. The CEDD is, and we'll be assisting them with funds for the Tifa district. We've budgeted this year $500,000 for that. So, yeah,
And-
we try to, everywhere we can, we try to help. It's nice to have, there's a lot of, I can say there's a lot of visible momentum right now in the city getting projects done. So we're happy to be a part of that. And
Council Chair?
Mayor?
And we are also going to be under the TIFA, and so thank you, TIFA Tom, and to the entire board. We're purchasing new beds for the firefighters at the South End Station, so thank you so much for that.
yeah,
Chair?
so some of those beds are, I think, 27 years old, they said, so.
Councilman?
Yeah, thank you. How many years have you been director, Tifa?
Director, since 2018, I've been the director, yeah.
I've been dealing with Director Roscoe for a lot of years, and he can take his money, the money that he's given, and spend it in the most wise way. Every project that he invests in, or Tifa invests in, is a well-needed project, and he's getting pulled from every angle, because everybody wants Tifa money. And we have such a small Tifa area compared to like Taylor, who has a giant Tifa, and they get tons of money. And for the little area that we have, he does a great job doing it. And
well, thanks.
congratulations, I want to thank you for all your hard work.
Thanks. I just want to say it's, like the board, Chris Hodgins, our secretary, she's instrumental. Our board, our chairman, Tim Emery, who's probably watching on Zoom right now. And, all our board members. I mean, it's really a team effort, and, glad to have, because you can't function to have a board unless your board shows up and is actively engaged. And, we're lucky we have people that volunteer their time to serve on boards. So it's a big, important thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
You guys
very much,
doing a great
Director.
job.
Thank you.
Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9C, Comptroller by doing budget amendments.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the attached budget amendments as outlined in 9C.
Second. A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Again, budget amendments to be approved. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9D, Comptroller by doing loan from water fund to general fund.
Council Chair.
Councilman
I
Saab.
move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve a loan of $1.5 million from the water fund to the general fund with a 5% interest rate, which will be paid back by June 30th, 2027. This loan is to cover the temporary cash flow shortage caused by the delay in selling the city-owned properties and outlined in 9D.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Again, this is to obtain a loan of $1.5 million from the water fund with a 5% interest rate to cover the temporary cash flow shortage, because last year budget, the city properties were budgeted to be sold before this fiscal year, which they're not. So the administration decided to borrow some fund from the water fund, and it was determined that every time the property is sold, the money goes straight to pay off this loan.
Council Chair.
I know, I'm sorry, one second, Councilman. And I know this one, it says 5% interest. If it comes to me, I really hate to charge ourselves 5% interest. I did have some discussion with Director Baidoon, with Madam Treasurer, and I know the investment right now is paying us 3.9% interest rate. I would suggest maybe lowering the 5% to 3.9 so it can just be equal to whatever the investment is right now. So I would move it to discussion, but I hope Councilman Saab, if you can amend your motion to 3.9 interest rate, but I'm going to go ahead and open it for discussion.
Council Chair, I would like to amend that motion to 3.9%. I'm fine with that.
Council Chair.
I got a comment too, Council
Go
Chair.
ahead.
Councilman, do you, or Ms. Breyer?
Yes.
You okay with that amendment? So, it's, I have a comment about this. This is where we're at because of all the delays, all the comments, all the nonsense to sell these properties. This is where the city was left at. Every single day, the city continues to own these properties as a liability on the city. Cutting grass, maintaining them, boarding them up, police runs, and so on. Every time a property comes through this body, something pops up, something happens, that they don't want to move forward with it. And I respect what Councilman Winsall says about veterans and this, that, but at this time right now, the city, to be honest with you, is in financial distress. And it's our obligation and duty to be very wise with the budget for the city because of the residents. Giving property or giving anything away or doing whatever it is, it's just right now is not the time for it, unfortunately. By you saying up on the podium, Councilman Winsall, that we should not sell no property because a nonprofit doesn't want us to sell property is absurd. And if I can go back to that motion and remove those properties from any agreement that we did say or said we would do because of the position the city is in, I'm willing to amend that if we could. Because right now, anything the city could sell and sell off, the city should be doing, including buildings. Because the city should not be on this, going back and forth bickering if we can sell a property or not. If a property, we get an offer on it, sell it, liquidate it.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more discussion?
Council Chair.
Go ahead. Constant.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Council Chair.
Mayor?
I just want you to know that the cleanup started out on those properties. And one of them, like, the hoarder was so bad and I was so afraid that I got caught up on social media. Yeah, like I was calling and saying like, hey, this thing needs to be cleaned out because, and I think Kevin Abbott actually sent it to us. But it had like 8 loads of dumpsters and there were still more things and it was a Friday night at like 7 o'clock. And I said, if Facebook catches this, everyone's gonna point their fingers at us and it's gonna be another topic of discussion. So like, it's to the point like we're now working so fast because we're so afraid of making sure that we're gonna get attacked. And so I want to thank Councilman Saab on that because really this is a partnership. It's not attacking the administration, it's attacking all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Any more discussion for Councilmember? Councilman, go ahead.
Two things. Number one, I think it is a good move to reduce the interest rate. Nothing pays 5% now. And I agree with Councilman Saab and with the mayor. This is an issue every year, and we've gone back and forth and then some. Nothing is perfect, but we need to get the property sold. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more discussion from council members?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Thank you. That brings me back to my question I asked at the podium. Do we have $1.5 million worth of property?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen any appraisals on any of the properties. It totals at least
It was, you know,
1.3 million?
Councilman, I can answer that question. How are you going to appraise all the properties at the same time?
They've had months.
If they're still trashing them out. I mean, it's totally different when you appraise it without seeing the inside. You know what I mean? So, they did have some kind of value. I know the administration has it. It was around what, 1
Council Chair, you guys, in your backup, I don't know, was it?
we
I don't know if it
have
was given in the backup.
1.5
But it shows
million?
you what Keller Williams believes the estimated value is for this property.
Estimated.
So if you go back to your April 14th backup, and there's the clerk, so I knew it was April 14th. If you go back to your April 14th backup, and I believe Mr. Abdul Haq, are you sure the addresses are not there? Okay, well then we will follow up. But if you go back to your if you go back to your April 14th backup, though, I still believe it tells you the price of what we could potentially sell it for. and the addresses were on there, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it disappeared after, so I don't know. I'll have a conversation with Madam Clerk.
That wasn't all the properties, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was all the
Yeah,
properties?
you got the listing, you got the listing
Property?
agreement of all the properties.
Did it equal or exceed 1.5 million
It
total?
did. And the 5% as well.
Interest rate, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, and now that I think about it, if we don't have to charge the city 3.9, why do we charge the city 3.9? Why don't you charge the city 1?
So,
Just one second, just one second. You have something to say?
if you want me to answer that question.
Go ahead.
By law, you don't have to charge yourself any interest, but we do know that the community has their feelings towards using the water fund, surplus to keep the general fund afloat, and the only right thing to do is to ensure that the water fund gets their interest on the money that the water fund collects. So what we would be doing is, instead of investing it in a stock or a bond that gets 3.9%, we'd be getting the 3.9% from the general fund to keep the general fund afloat.
I mean, pretty much 1.5 million, 3.9%, that we're talking
You're talking about $57,000.
57.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes to me, I mean, we're charging ourselves
58.
money here.
Council
I
Chair.
mean, it's up to the council. Mr. Abdullah, you wanted to add something? You go ahead. Yes, go ahead, just 30 seconds, please.
Council Chair. Gary.
Yes, always.
You want it first, Gary, or?
If I may, just a quick correction. We do have to do, I've done like 3 opinions on this for past administrations. We do have to do something in terms of interest, but it can be, it can be like a minimal amount that we have to in order to, like a normal investment or normal return.
Council Chair.
Just 1 second, Councilman, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Mayatki. In the past, we always, when we borrowed money, we added the interest, and it has to be paid. Plus, if there is any liquidation of something which didn't reach its maturity, you have to pay the penalty which we have to incur, because that's her budget, that's her money, and that's taxpayers' money. And if you need the money, just go ahead and take it and follow the law. And the properties, I believe the faster you sell them, the better it is, because this has to end. There is so much back and forth about it. Just mayor and council approve everything comes in front of you if it is fair. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Constant?
Council Chair.
Yeah, the water fund is an enterprise fund, so that'll affect, this little amount won't, but that would affect the rates we charge our water users. I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea, and I think 3.9 is a reasonable amount.
Yep.
Council Chair.
Council Chair?
Was it Mayor?
I'm sorry, go to Madam Clerk first.
I did look up April 14th, and I'm not a realtor, but the
All the listing
exclusive
agreements.
listing contracts, and I don't know how many properties you have, but there's a list of properties, and it does say price/terms, broker's firm is authorized to sell the property for the sum of, and it has a price indicated on each one of them.
And I just want to tell you, when you see the redacted part, if you open it, you'll see that there's more addresses. Like, I'm looking here at 4630 John Daly, 20751 Powers, 21913 Powers, 3988 Ziegler. They're on here. I'm reading them to you guys. That's it.
Thank you, Mayor. Are we all good with the 3.9%?
Yes.
Can we lower it, can we lower it, Council Chair?
I mean, if it comes to me, I said, I'd love
Council
to
Chair?
take it down.
Can I put it at 1.25%?
There you go.
I can put it at 1% if you guys want.
I would like,
1%?
yes, please.
Okay.
1%?
I'm fine with 1%.
Councilwoman Breyer, are you okay with 1%?
Sure.
I want to do it.
I'd rather have 2.
Hang on.
We're paying the interest, Madam Treasurer, in a way.
Your interest rate, what we're getting for,
If you want to stand up, hands up.
It's up to the council to vote on it.
we discussed this, and I shared that too. We've been down this road before, as Gary mentioned. what happens is you're allowed to do the borrowing, you have to pay it back, you have to specify the date in the resolution, the amount and why. But the reason the interest we're talking about is because it creates harm in the sense of the word, and Gary, if that's not a correct terminology legally, because now I'm liquidating investments, money that we right now are earning 3.9% on. We're going to lose that interest. We're going to lose that revenue by me liquidating out that investment and now to loan it to the general fund. We're losing that money. That's creating harm. So that's why the way the law is written and the statutes, they want you don't have to, but it's recommended, by the way, from accounting principles. I'm sure Plant Moran will back me up on this. You want to pay it back with that fair value interest that you would lose, that you're losing because you're liquidating. That's all.
Thank you, Madam
And
Treasurer. But
1.25
again,
is
again,
absolutely ridiculously low.
It's the city money,
respectfully.
and we're charging ourselves money to
I
use
understand.
our money.
But if I had the money invested, I'm making, right now,
I understand,
I'm
but
making money for you
at this
guys.
time, one meeting, please. At this time, we need the money, and it just doesn't make sense that we're putting more debt on us just to pay that money back. It's up to you, council members. Gary?
Just briefly, the amount of interest should be consistent with what would be considered a normal rate of interest. It can, like I said, be a
3.9?
normal low rate of interest, but it still needs to be something that is market-driven, something that's objective. So if 2% is, I don't know what would be considered normal at this point, but if it's 2%.
Council Chair, Councilman. So I have a problem with this, with the investments we do, because to be honest with you, all we hear is that the investments we're making. I don't know what we're being invested in and what's being invested in. We've asked for our financial advisors from, JP Morgan to come here. Never heard from them. I mean, excuse me.
I'll respond.
I mean, the council, at the end of the day, has a say too on what we said, on what investments we want, everything. We don't know what's being invested. We've asked for those advisors to be here, to see why can't we negotiate the rate? Why can't we see what we're investing in, where our money's going? And so, at the end of the day, it's up to the council to put our interest rate on it, or if not, because the harm that's being caused, if not having it, is going to cause the city more harm.
Thank you, Councilman. Just for the first part, there was some, I got it, Madam Treasurer. There was a miscommunication between the treasurer and myself, and she was supposed to bring him today, but she never confirmed, so I didn't put him on the schedule. She is working on a different date in July to bring him back here. Let's decide on interest rate here right now. I mean, let's go with the recommendation with the Corp Council. Did you say, I mean, should it be okay if we go to 2%?
If you can justify 2 or 3%, if that is a normal rate of interest, like commercially, then yes. I don't know what's normal at this juncture. You would have a better notion than I would, or someone else would. Maybe
Madam Treasurer is saying she's getting 3.9% right now.
That's commercial paper.
Council Chair.
Well, there is an objective basis, but if there's a lower interest rate for a short-term amount, then maybe that would be a more sensible route.
Council Chair,
Mayor?
I'm just saying, Home Depot gives you 0 interest for 18 months. The city's not going to offer itself something, an incentive? I'm not telling you 0, but you guys, let's be realistically, it's 12 months.
Mayor, you don't have to convince me, and I said from the beginning, it just doesn't make sense that I'm charging myself interest rate.
Council Chair, it's my motion on the table, and I'm asking for 1%, please.
1%. Do you guys, anybody has anything else to say?
Council Chair?
Any second for 1%?
I'd go to 2.
I agree with 2%.
2%?
I want to, what is the proper 2%, Gary? Council Chair through Gary?
2% sounds like something that I would think would be reasonable and could end up being
2%.
justified.
Okay, 2% is fine.
2%. 2%. Are you, okay, motion by Councilman Saab to take it to 2%. Councilwoman, are you okay with that? 2%?
Yes.
All in favor, please say
Council
aye.
Chair?
Councilman?
Is this for the 2026 budget, or is this 2027 budget?
26, 27.
For both?
Fiscal year starts July 1st.
Yeah,
This is
July
for this 25, 26.
25, 26? Because.
It's going to be paid 26, 27.
Yeah, but this, in our 2027 budget, this 1.5 million from real estate sales was going into that budget to make that budget happen.
Correct.
Now we're not going to have it.
That's why we're borrowing the money, because we
Because
didn't
we're
sell the
going to
property.
have to pay it back.
Yeah.
And this money's, this 1.5 is going into the 2026 budget.
No, it's going to the
No, no,
budget.
The selling of the properties were budgeted in this budget, that's gonna end at the end of this month.
Right.
We did not sell the properties, so we're short 1.5 million.
Right.
So we're borrowing the money from the water fund, then every time we sell a property, this money goes back to the water fund.
Yeah.
Just
So
to offset
we're
the-
breaking even, and it's not going to be there for the 2026, 27 budget.
No,
So
because
this
it wasn't
is a-
budgeted for the 26, 27.
This has
That's what-
nothing to
yeah,
do
it was
with
stated.
budget.
Yeah, it was stated
isn't-
that this.
This doesn't affect the budget. It's simply a cash transaction and a loan. The loans do not show up on a budget which talks about revenues and expenses. Loans are a liability. So all you're doing is saying, I'm taking a loan so I can pay my expenses. And then hoping or anticipating that revenues will exceed those expenses so that you're able to pay it back, pay your loan back. That's what we're doing. We're saying, hey, give me $1.5 million right now. I'm going to sell my city-owned properties for anticipating over 1.5, and by June 30th, 2027, we will give the 1.5 back. Anything above 1.5 is a surplus to general fund balance, bank account. It has nothing to do with the budget. The budget for 2026, 2027 has a separate city property sale amount that does not take into account the $1.5 million in this budget.
Well, it was stated that the real estate profit would be part of next year's budget.
Well, that's not this
That's not this list.
That's not this
What we're
list.
talking
That's a different.
So we won't have it, though, then, for next year's budget, because we're going to have to pay it back. Any money we get, we have to pay back to the water department.
This 1.5 for 2025, 2026 budget, $1.5 million, is not filtered into the budget for 2026, 2027. When I presented the budget for 2026, 2027, we were under expectation that we would be selling the properties at a much faster rate. Unfortunately, we didn't. So in order to keep the operations going and pay bills, pay expenses, pay labor, pay salaries, we need to temporarily take a loan so that the city-owned property sales can offset that loan as they come in, as they get sold.
Are we $1.5 million in the red right now?
Yes.
Because the city-owned properties were $1.5
For
million.
this year's budget. So that money's got to go for this year's budget.
Yes.
So we won't have it for next year's budget. Okay.
Okay.
Like it was stated,
We
that's what we needed.
anticipate revenues of $1.5 million this
I
year.
understand that.
Okay.
But it was stated several times that this money was needed for next year's budget. It was already.
Well, yes,
The budget we
because-
approved had that 1.5 million in
In
it.
order, it's not for the budget, it's to operate the city. We need money to pay
Same
bills.
thing.
That's different. It's a cash flow. The prior treasurer, whenever money was tight, would temporarily borrow money from other funds, and the clerk can attest to this, borrow money from other funds in order to temporarily keep the general fund afloat, given that the tax collections come in July and August. So in order to get by July and August, you need a temporary flow. Right now, we need a little bit longer than that, given the amount that we need to borrow. But the clerk can attest to borrowing money in the past.
Former Treasurer Riley would come and ask for the loan because the delinquent taxes go to the county for collection, and then they had like a revolving fund, and the county would pay the city. Right. So they didn't before, and it was strictly for cash flow. So
This is
they
strictly
pay
cash flow.
us for all of the delinquent taxes
Okay.
that were forwarded to them.
Thank you very much. Are you all set, Councilman?
Not really, but I guess I'm good for now.
Okay.
I can
Let's
have
take
a
this
separate
to-
conversation with you if you want
Yeah.
to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Madam
Okay.
Clerk, please take roll call.
Tom Wenzel,
No.
Hassan Saab,
Yes.
Margaret King,
Yes.
Nancy Breyer,
Yes.
Robert Constant,
Yes.
Hassan Ahmad.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
5-1.
Moving on to 9E, Controller by doing postage machine purchase and payment.
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the purchase and payment of Sampro Mail Center 2000 from Pitney Bowers in the amount of $7,604.25 plus applicable fees. In addition, authorize the mayor and the controller or clerk to send the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment from account number 101-258 981000 IT capital outlay, of which the current balance is $9,491.66 as outlined in 90.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Again, this motion to purchase a postage machine. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9F, Comptroller Baidoon, tentative agreement between the City of Dearborn Heights and DPW Supervisors Association.
Council Chair.
Councilwoman.
I recommend that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the tentative agreement between the City of Dearborn Heights and the DPW Supervisors Association Collective Bargaining Agreement to expire of June 30th, 2029. Further authorize the mayor and clerk to sign the completed contract on behalf of the city when all changes and incorporated into the document as outlined in 9F.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman King, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion on the agreement between the City of Dearborn Heights and DPW Supervisors Association? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9G, DPW Director Dancy, purchase of wood chipper of Highway Department.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the purchase and the payment of the Highway Department wood chipper from Vermeer Midwest for a total cost not to exceed $127,102. The city will follow the monthly payment schedule for this purchase of $2,511.65. In addition, authorize the mayor and the comptroller and the clerk to sign the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment from account number 101-440-981-000, of which currently has a balance of $127,102 as outlined in 9G.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman King. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9H, Parks and Recreation Director McCarlton, intergovernmental agreement between the Charter County of Wayne and the City of Dearborn Heights for improvements to Van Hoen Park and Daly Park.
Council Chair.
Councilwoman.
I'll make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Charter County of Wayne and City of Dearborn Heights for improvements to Van Houten Park and Daly Park, to authorize the mayor and the city clerk sign the agreement on behalf of the city as outlined in 9H.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Saab. We want to thank the county and Commissioner Kenizik for the money for the improvement of both parks. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9I, Police Chief Michael Gazowski, Motorola Radio Programming.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Man, Chief. I make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council to approve the use of the following police department funds for 48 radios for the police department. We have until October 2026 to upgrade 72 radios for the police use. The request will cover 48 radios to be programmed, leaving 36 to be purchased and programmed. To program 48 radios, the cost is $149,466.20. I am requesting to use 3 of the Police Department General Funds account, requesting as follows: $100,000 from the Repair and Maintenance account 101-300-932-000. Prior balance to payment is $108,977.20, leaving the balance of $8,887.20. Account number 2 is $44,000 from Ammunition account 101-300-744-000. Prior balance to payment is $44,601.30, leaving the balance of $601.30. Account number 3 is $5,446.20 from the Contractual Services account 101-300-808-000. Balance prior to payment is $37,724.41, leaving the balance of $32,278.21. I am requesting the motion to be authorized by the mayor and the controller and clerk to sign the warrant and expand this payment from the accounts above, and authorize the treasurer to issue payments from the accounts and outlined in 9I.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant, again, to approve a motion for radio programming for the police department. Chief, why cost so much money just to program the?
Because they're encrypted.
So I just want to know, too, I had a shorter version of this, but when I found out Councilman Saab was going to read it, I made it responsive. So, The state police encryption system is requiring all police departments to do this upgrade with all of their radios. We can either upgrade our current radios, which are upgradable, which is much cheaper than purchasing new radios. So, I mean, this is our third year that we've known about this. It has not been budgeted for in the past. This is why we're doing it now. And then we're going to tackle the second half of this in the 26-27 budget.
Any more discussion from council members on this? Okay, thank you, Chief. Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't go too far.
9J, Police Chief Gazowski, resolution and intergovernmental agreement between Wayne County Sheriff's Office and City of Dearborn Heights.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I'd like to make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, City of Dearborn Heights. Further, please authorize the mayor and clerk to sign the agreement on behalf of the city. Now therefore be it resolved in consideration of the foregoing recitals, mutual covenants contained herein, and other good and valuable consideration contained in this agreement, it is mutually agreed as follows. That the officers of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office are hereby empowered to issue citations for violations of city ordinances for traffic laws and criminal offenses that have occurred on the streets and roadways within the corporate boundaries of the city. Further, that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve a resolution between the Wayne County Sheriff's Office and the City of Dearborn Heights. Now therefore be it resolved that the Wayne County Sheriff's Office be requested to provide the following services: patrolling and monitoring traffic violations, investigating accidents involving motor vehicles, and providing emergency assistance to persons on or near all county primary roads, county local roads, and state trunk line highways within the City of Dearborn Heights as outlined in 9J.
second.
A motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Saab. Any discussion on this? Again, thank you, Chief, for bringing this forward. So this is an agreement between the City of Dearborn Heights Police Department, City of Dearborn Heights, and the Wayne County Sheriff, where the Wayne County can write violations in the City of Dearborn Heights, and the good part that 50% of revenue will stay in the city. But definitely needs a round of applause. Chief, you have something to say, or?
I'm just here to listen to your discussion and answer any questions if you have any. I would like to point out that this would not have been possible without our Chief of Staff, Malak, over here.
Oh, thank you, Chief of
She did an
Staff.
amazing job.
Council Chair?
Mayor?
I just want, make just some clarification on this. This is not us taking away anything from our police officers. I know there was a few officers that were like, hey, is this going to take away our jobs? Like, no, that's not what is happening. So for those that are watching, this is not saying that. This is saying that we just want more visible patrol so that we can have better quality of life and more safety for our families. I also want you to know that our police chief led a phone conversation with the state police and the Wayne County Sheriff, where our police chief was leading the call and calling for a joint collaboration between the two agencies, well, all three agencies. And so you guys are going to hear more about that in the coming days, I believe. So, or maybe about a week or two. So just stay tuned for that one. Again, I said this in the last meeting, baby steps. It's going to get there, but baby steps.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Definitely, this is a great agreement. I mean, without this agreement, the Wayne County Sheriff can write tickets in the city with no money coming back to us. But with this agreement, we're keeping 50% of revenue. Any more discussion, council members?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Yeah, this is a long time coming. We've been asking for this for years, and we've been hitting a brick wall constantly. Chief, do you know if if the Police Officers Association is good with this? Does this violate any other agreements in their contract?
This does not violate any of their agreements. And honestly, this is an issue not about staffing, right? It doesn't matter. We could have 1,000 more officers on staff, and we still would struggle with the traffic complaints in the city, right? Traffic complaints are the #1 issue in any of our surrounding cities. I talk to all these chiefs almost on a daily basis, and it's the #1 complaint, and it's not even close, right? So this allows us to supplement our staffing. Like I have my men and women out there almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, issuing traffic violations because that's the biggest issue in our city, right? And it still doesn't seem like enough. This is just a way for us to supplement our power, it's a manpower multiplier for us to be able to address the issues that we're having on a more regular basis.
How do you plan on using them? I mean, have them just patrol or?
Nothing from now, please.
So the plan right now is, so we have a traffic safety program where officers can come in and write tickets, right, in our neighborhoods and on our main roads. And then generally twice a week, I will direct sort of like a one-time task force for that day. You know, I'll get some volunteers to come in, and then we will target specific areas, right? And so my plan is to utilize the extra officers in the sheriff's department to go out into the neighborhoods with our officers to really kind of blitz an area or really saturate an area with patrols and ticket writers. Does that make sense?
Will they be in our cars or their cars or both?
They'll be in the county cars.
County cars?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All set, Councilman?
Yeah, thank you.
Any more discussion? Seeing none? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief. Nothing from the audience, please. Moving on to 13A, Council Chairman Ahmad, Traffic Control Device, Amboy Street.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the installation of no parking signs both sides of Amboy Street, south of Ford Road, limited to the commercial business portion of the street, and to direct the Department of Public Works, DPW, to install the appropriate signage as necessary to improve traffic flow and public safety as outlined in 13A.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion on this? Again, this is a motion to approve traffic control devices on Amboy Street, just south of Ford Road, next to the business commercial portion of the street. I don't know if anybody, I've been getting a lot of calls, people going in, making a left on Amboy Street or trying to exit with two drive-throughs on each side. It's been a mess. I did reach out to the police department and DPW department, and they agreed on no parking signs to be, they agreed to have no parking on both sides of the street, just next to the business portion of Amboy. If I see no more discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 13B, Business License Renewal, Irwin's Auto Sales.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the business license renewal for Irwin's Auto Care at 23706 Van Born as outlined in 13B.
Motion by
Second.
Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. We got an email from Ordinance Director Nasrallah that this business all good to go. Any discussion before we take it to a vote? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 13C, Temporary Food Truck Tent Cart License Application, Katrina Mia.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the temporary food truck cart license application for Katrina Mia at 2425 Telegraph as outlined in 13C.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion on this?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I just want to reiterate, I know every time they come up, I like to bring it up. That is the best food truck food I've ever had in my life. It is unbelievable. And Angela, tell your husband to try it out because I promise you it is awesome and it's real authentic. And it's amazing. You don't like it? Oh, you do? See, she's got good taste.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, moving on. Comments from council members.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I just want to thank our Recreation Director and Administration for pulling off a great festival this year. Other than the few hiccups that we had with some teenagers, but honestly, it was a great event. It's a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
That's it.
I also would like to echo Councilman Saab. Thank you, Director. You guys did a great job, and also the Police Department, Fire Department. I mean, definitely it's been a teamwork, and I do thank you for all your efforts. Just reminders about your trash bins. Please make sure, keep them on the curb. Don't put them on the street. Let the street sweeper, go by and make it easy on our DPW personnel.
Council Chair.
Councilwoman?
Yeah, and I'd like to personally thank both of our Hamads for calling bingo for the seniors. We really appreciated that. Thank you.
With who?
They called bingo. Oh, you did too.
He did it for 1 minute.
He did it first,
You know what?
but he called my name, my numbers.
Thank each other.
Yeah, wow.
You all set, Councilwoman?
All three did a great job.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Councilwoman.
the Spirit Festival this year was great. I especially liked the Mayor's Walk that was brought back. I thought everything went well.
Not a problem.
And hats off to Councilman Saab and the mayor and the rest of the council moving quickly. Now all the other cities are enacting ordinances regarding the e-bikes. And we're well on our way. I mean, it's a new technology, and I'm glad we're addressing the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman?
I just wanted to say thank you for the Spirit Festival and the Police versus Fire softball game. It was a blast. And I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And thank you to the DPW for putting up all those flashing stop signs. I love seeing them up and making a difference with our public safety. And looking forward to seeing what we can do with the check that was granted to us today. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And you know, happy 4th of July, everyone. We're not going to see you till July 14th, so be safe out there. Be safe with the fireworks. Make sure to keep it on your property, right? Thank you, Chief. Any more comments from council members?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
I too would like to wish everyone a happy 4th of July, our 250th anniversary of our country, built in the belief of God. Wars fought. A lot of people sacrificed their lives to get our country to where it is today. God bless all the souls, those that have passed away, those who have been disabled through war, those families who have lost members. This is a very special 4th of July, 250th anniversary of our country. And people should take the time out. And I think, I don't know if there's an offer. Is it, Mr. Mayor, are you going to announce that?
I am. I'm going to make that announcement.
Also, all the things that happened, the Spirit Festival was, a good success. I would like to congratulate my brother, Hassan Saab, for his support and sponsorship for a special area for our individuals in our community. God bless you, man. You're a good guy.
Thank you, Tom.
Is that Councilman?
Council Chair.
Mayor?
Couple of things here on the, and I won't take the thunder of our Parks and Recreation Director. She can make any talks or announcements. But I want to thank first and foremost our DPW department. They did a phenomenal job in keeping the place clean all throughout the day. Director Dancy, thank you for your leadership on that and for your staff and your team. They did a wonderful job. So round of applause and kudos to you. Let's give a recognition to our police department who lost in the Police First Fire. They did a phenomenal job and really holding down the fort. There was a team takeover. It was all over social media. I know that you guys saw it. You can't really plan for these things because you don't know that it's happening. They just take over. There was never any shooting. There was never a gun. What they do is, and I did a lot of research. I know a lot about team takeovers right now. What they do is they'll take a gun clip. It's actually not a real gun clip, and they'll throw them. And they'll say, gun, 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 and then they'll run. And then when the cops come to investigate, they end up seeing a gun clip, but it's not a real, there's not actually ever a gun. And so they've done this across a bunch of different cities. And so, and then people in the masses just start running because they're afraid, including me and my family. And it's very unfortunate that it happened. Next year we'll definitely be prepared. But I also want to thank our police chief and our officers because we made arrests. Because Dearborn Heights is not going to be the place that you're going to come in and try to trash our parks or trash our festivals because it's not acceptable. It's not okay. 50 Amp Fuse was a little disappointed, but man, they had the show rolling and they were doing a great job. It brings me over to our Parks and Recreation Director. She is absolutely amazing and needs to be recognized, but so is her staff. So is AJ, so is everybody inside the entire department. You guys did an awesome job. I witnessed multiple times her picking up ice, making sure that she was selling alcohol, making sure that the city was receiving some type of profit. She was even getting screamed and yelled at by grumpy old men that I had to say, like, hey, man, like, back off. But I wanted to really thank you for that. You did a phenomenal job with, very limited time. I know I was kind of picky on certain things, but it looked beautiful this year. It really, really did.
Teresa.
You deserve all the time off that you need, so go get some rest. I know you haven't been able to do all that, but thank you for that. And then I also want to thank our fire department, our acting Chief Hall, who has been in office now for a week, maybe a little bit more than a week, but 20 days, but he had to experience the team takeover. And while
He is chief, he's not
He
acting
is.
anymore.
yeah, chief.
The real person.
Relax. It's still new to me. It's still fresh. The dust is still on him. But really, he's worked so hard. And while this was happening, our chief was actually sitting and making sure that neighbors were safe, and they blocked off for the fireworks show. And while the team takeover was happening, running down Beach Daily, he was just standing there on Cecile and Kenlock, and he was like, "What's going on?" But he was there. He was prepared, and he really thank you so much for that, and thank you to everybody that was involved and took away time from their family.
Was he in the white chair too? Was he still in white?
No,
No, he wasn't.
no, he was
He
not.
had some crutches.
I also want to thank our proud sponsor, J&T Crova. This is the first time that the city received a $25,000 check. We also received a $10,000 check from another company. Then we received several other sponsors for like $1,500, $5,000. The city, I think we did very, very well in being able to raise money to be able to go back into our parks. And I think this was the highest sales that the park festival has seen. We're up almost 40%, and we usually bring in $60,000. We brought in a little over $98,000 from the festival this year. I also wanted to recognize, as much as I mess with him a lot, and I really appreciate his courageousness, Councilman Saab generously donated $1,500 to the disability tent. I know he's not looking for the number, he's not looking for the claps, maybe he is looking for the claps, but he's not asking for it to be public, because he really, deep down inside him, has a great heart, and he means well sometimes when he smiles, but he really, really does care, and I want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed, man, and I really thank you for putting all the effort that you do to the city. You truly care, sometimes a little too much, but it doesn't go unnoticed, and I actually look up to you as an older brother, and thank you for all that you do for the city.
No problem.
I want to also tell the residents, and I'm sorry that we weren't prepared sooner. We will get with it, but this year the city will be celebrating 250 years. Well, not the city, but the United States will be celebrating 250 years. And so at our directors meeting, we have come up with the conclusion that the library is going to purchase, if they have money and we don't, but they are going to purchase 250 educational flags with booklets that we're going to give out to the first residents for free, 250 flags across the city of Dearborn Heights. You're going to be able to pick them up, unfortunately, after 4th of July. So enjoy your 4th of July. They won't catch on fire. Please, we're asking the first 250 will get it for free with a little booklet talking about what the city of Dearborn Heights is, a little bit of the history, and then the history of the United States of America. So thank you, Director McCaffrey. And then just lastly, I wanted to thank our chief of staff. I know I don't really tell you it, but I was just thinking the other day, like, she quit. What would I do? No. Like, if she quit, what am I going to do?
She can't.
No, you're not understanding. And so, like, there's been so many conversations that we've had where, I'd ask for something at 10 a.m. and at like 2 p.m. and I'd be like, hey, just don't forget this. And she's like, it was already dealt with. And when I tell you extremely high level, Dearborn Heights, including me, have never seen anybody as high level as that. And so I thank Mike Duggan for that one. I'm just kidding. I thank you for that. And you're doing a phenomenal job. And Gary, thank you so much also for you guys. Just a little bit of cool. I'm feeling a little emotional, but the city is really moving in baby steps in the right direction for the first time in 10 years. And it's people like Gary, it's people like Hussein, it's people like Director Nasrallah, it's our chief of staff, it's our director, and it's definitely our council, because we're working together. And so thank you all. Lynn, thank you. Our treasurer, thank you. Our assessor's office, my brother-in-law, who's a Monday morning quarterback who complains about everything, actually gave a compliment and said, wow, the assessor's department is so awesome. So Sam Jafer, thank you for all the comments, and thank you all. That's all I have to say today.
Thank you,
Council
Mayor.
Chair.
Councilman?
Mayor, thank you for the comments, but could you please return what you stole off my desk?
He needs his business
It's just a pen.
cards.
Here you go.
What about the business
It's like
cards?
business cards.
I didn't take those. That was MoCas.
Okay, let's move on. Announcement from city officials.
Council Chair.
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
All right. This month, we will not have an Ecorse Creek meeting, nor will we have a South Dearborn Heights meeting because we're busy working on something for the entire city. Sue and I, with our neighborhood associations, are going to combine, hopefully on the 9th of July, we will have a meet and greet for the people running for, House of Reps and Senate, both for the state and federal. And that will be at Warren Valley. So I will confirm that it'll be probably Thursday, the 9th at 6:30. So I didn't even get who the candidates were until last night. So sorry it's taken us so long, but it will happen.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
You're welcome.
Madam Treasurer.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am the treasurer, Lisa Hicks Clayton. Tonight, I think it's really important. We recognize a lot of our city employees and staff, really the backbone, the core of who we are. And as a city, the service that's provided, there are challenges that happen every day in life. No one's perfect, but I will tell you what I do want to share with you, and I want to encourage you to be part of this, is I have a city staff member, an employee, that has dedicated over 30 years of her life to our city as an employee. She's worked in many different departments. She has been my deputy the last 6 years. She's been deputy longer for the treasurer's office. And she has the honor that she has certainly earned, by the way, of retiring this week. And I know. I'm very happy and supportive. I want you to support her as well. If you are in City Hall at any time, I want you, this week, come by, stop by, and ask for Deputy Garcia, so you can embarrass her. That'll be great, right? But again, extend that appreciation if you share that with me, to really thank her for her years of service and dedication.
This is the last couple of days?
Yeah, Thursday. That's it. So, that's all I'm going to say about that right now.
Thank you.
Really, I want you to please be part of this and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam. Thank you. Thank you. Director Comer.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kimberly Comer. I am the City of Dearborn Heights Assessor. I just wanted to let the public and everyone else know that my staff and I are out in the field. We are checking out properties. We are knocking on doors. We are checking out businesses. So if one of myself or my staff members comes by, we will have an ID. We will have all of the information with us while we're there. Typically, if you're not home, we will knock on the door. We'll leave a note. If you have a Ring camera, sometimes we'll leave you a nice little message. But we are out. It is us. If you have any questions, you can always call our office to verify that the person who came by is one of our staff. So just wanted to put that out there. We are doing a lot of work out in the field this summer. So thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments from city officials? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, let's go to public comments. Let's go to Zoom first.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Dana Pierce, Spring Park Street, Dearborn Heights. I just wanted to say, at the beginning, I spoke to the mayor, and what I was trying to say about the flags was, I was trying to give some information. One of the things I wanted to give him was the American Legion and the other service organizations provide leaflets, handouts to organizations and people so they know flag etiquette. And those things can be made available. I can pick some up if you'd like. For our employees who work, so they know exactly what to do. I was cut off at the end. I was a little short. I wasn't meant to be that way, but I wanted to pass the information that our employees can't know everything. We have organizations out there, we have people there are real easy pamphlets that are available they can take a look at, and it'll help them know what it is they should know. Because the last thing we need is negative publicity from some stupid news crew that takes a photograph and says, oh, the city doesn't even know what they're supposed to do with these flags. Make us look even worse than we've looked in the past. So I wanted to pass that on. The other thing is July 4th is coming up. We need to remember what that's about. It's not just about fireworks. I want to say thank you very much to all the council members, to the mayor, and all the departments, department heads. The city's come a long way in a short period of time. Thank you all very much, and I appreciate the time. Good night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Council Chair,
Mayor?
can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
30 seconds.
I don't want to get too detailed into this, but there is no secret that I have a good relationship with a lot of our residents. Like I have a great relationship with Lori, Angela, Zohair, Ms. McDonald and Mr. McDonald, us out there, everybody. I like to believe I have a great relationship. But I don't want anybody to think that because I have a great relationship with Rose or Lou, that like I'm only showing favoritism to these individuals, because that's not the fact. The fact is that, some of these individuals that I have conversations with on a weekly basis, it's really, sometimes it allows you to vent. But, there's been some talk from certain residents and certain people from the council. I've said something to some of our directors like, if I was so-and-so, I would get this done, or if I was the mayor's buddy, or if my hair color was a certain color, or if I was this, or these little talks, and I don't want it to escalate or go any further, but those that are doing it know who they are, and they shouldn't be doing it. It's ugly, it's unfortunate, and it's only breaking up our community more, because I'm going to continue to be friends with everybody in this community. We are always going to agree sometimes, and we're going to disagree, and that's okay. Even if it means it seems like we're getting annoyed of each other. That is very healthy and okay. But it's not healthy to take shots about other people because I have a great relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. To be honest, I can't believe this is still happening, Mayor. This is really unhealthy. I thought we moved forward. We put all this stuff behind us, and I hope this is just rumors that I heard. There's nothing true. And if it's not, I hope the person who said to stop saying stuff like this, and let's just try to work together. And we don't have to love each other, but at least like each other, and move the city forward.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Can I just add one comment regarding the police department? Earlier today, when I came to City Hall, I was here about an hour early. I got a phone call from a resident. Resident was just going off on the phone. I'm not going to name the street or anything, but it's a very common area that we always get, nobody's satisfied in this area with the police are doing.
What is it?
And I said, nobody in that area is satisfied with what the police are doing. What people got to realize, and this resident goes up to me, well, our street's priority. I told them every street in the city is a priority. But to always call, almost every council member gets these calls. To call and always bash the chief and bash the police department is unacceptable. Because to be honest with you, the police is not going to sit 24 hours a day on the corner to satisfy one home in the city. It's not right. Police have service calls, suicides, homicides, robberies, everything else to deal with in a speeding car, unfortunately. Incidents that happen in our schools. And for me to keep getting these calls about a certain area, it bothers me, because it seems like it's a group of people that once you give them the push that, hey, enough is enough, they go on to other people to keep going on with the same thing.
I pushed them on you.
No, it wasn't you, Mayor, and I can assure you that. But it's wrong, because honestly, and I'm not saying this because the chief is here or the mayor is here, the chief is trying, the police department is actually trying. Everybody's seeing movement around the city where the police, you cannot have a police officer in every corner, unfortunately. But to sit here and keep bashing every police officer and the chief is wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong. I mean, give them a chance. They are working 5,000 tickets.
In 80 days.
In 80 days. I mean, compare stats to other cities around us with way bigger forces or double the forces. Nowhere near that. This is an ongoing issue across Southeast Michigan, not just in Dearborn Heights. But unfortunately, I wish I can get calls saying, hey, thank the chief or thank the police department instead of bashing them. Thank you.
I mean, Councilman, I don't agree with you there. I don't think they're trying. I think they're doing great, to be honest with you.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just-
doing great. I mean, there's nothing perfect. Give me one city that's perfect. I think they're doing amazing. The chief and the police department, they're doing amazing job everywhere in the city. And I think it's the best it's been. Talk like Trump now. I don't think it's been any better. So thank you, Chief, again. Thank you for the police department. And you can see, I don't know if you heard my speech earlier today. Just with those two individuals earlier today that we recognize, they're doing great, policing in the community. They're doing great stuff, actually. And I'm there with them. I've been seeing it, too. So I do want to thank them again and thank the chief and all the police department. Madam Clerk, let's move on to in person. One more on Zoom? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Please state your name, street, city you live in. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening. Hassan Jamal.
Good evening.
Canton, Michigan. I just want to give you some information. When you borrow $1.5 million for this fiscal year, you have to pay it by the end of June of this year. If you don't pay it, that will trigger a deficit, and you have to do elimination plan to cover that deficit with the Treasury Department of Michigan. So just for information, and let's not sugarcoat it. If you don't pay this $1.5 million by June 30 of this year, you have to deal with the State Treasury Department, and that will trigger elimination plan similar to what happened in 2010 of when the city went to deficit. And for 5 years, we closed the deficit in 2016. I just want to make sure you and the public understand that from my prior experience with the city. You have a great day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lajama. Mr. Mayaki, can you look into this and get back with me later?
In terms of this requirement that he
just
says
said,
I have?
yeah.
Yes, I'll do that.
Please, thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to in person.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Court Council, Administration. Sue Kaminsky, Amboy Street, Dearborn Heights. So usually I come up here and I complain, and I just don't have much to complain about. Everything's not perfect, but the direction the city's going in makes me so proud. And I personally see how hard these administrators and workers and our mayor, council, they're just always there. So I wanted to thank them. And no one mentioned the splash pad. It's open. It's working. It's beautiful. I drove by today. There was a birthday party and probably 30 people there. So everything's moving in the right direction. So thank you very much.
Council Chair.
Thank you very much. I was waiting for the fence to be installed before I announce it again.
Council
Mayor.
Chair. I also want to recognize our confidential secretary, Sue, who recently just had surgery and still showed up to work because she made some commitments with Stephanie, our admin, who was on vacation, and Sue still showed up to work the day after her surgery. She is recovering better. I know Don told me just keep her at work. I'm just kidding. So thank you, Sue, for all that you do.
Please, go ahead.
Carly Ladd, McDonald Street, Dearborn Heights. Just a couple of things. First off, thank you, Mr. Saab. I'm an adopted mother of 5 children. 3 of them are special needs, and I have 4 grandchildren. 3 of them are special needs. So the tent was absolutely phenomenal. I really appreciate it. People with disabilities don't get looked at the same way. So being a special ed teacher, we appreciate that very much.
Oh, thank you for making use of it. Thank
I also wanted to say, and it's not a down thing, but when it comes to Spirit Fest, my husband can't walk far, so he's in a wheelchair. I was just wondering if we could make it a little bit more handicap accessible, only because he likes to watch our grandchildren go on the rides. Our oldest grandchild went on one ride like 15 times, and I don't know how she's not brain damage. So if we could look at like maybe a little bit handicap accessible to be able to get around. It was really difficult to push his wheelchair. The last thing I wanted to say is I would like our citizens to be a little bit nicer to people. I was trying to get a petition signed, and I was called some pretty nasty names. I actually had to look them up to find out what they were, and it was really nasty. But I just want our citizens to be a little bit more, you know, it's a simple, no thank you, I'm not interested, it's not a problem. I have no problem with that. But our citizens just need to be a little bit nicer to the people that live in this city. We are not all the same by no means, but we have a very diverse city and citizens, and I accept everyone. Of course, being a special ed teacher, I teach everyone, so I just want people to be a little bit nicer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any more in person?
Good evening, City Council, Mayor Baydoun, Rachel Lapointe, Merrick Street. Kind of coming tonight as a resident to chat for a second. I just wanted to say happy summer to everybody and happy Pride Month. As somebody who helped with the Pride Garden in years past and was even like targeted by the administration and accused of things like vandalizing it, I know it can be a very contentious topic, but for me, at its heart, this month is about finding ways to love each other even when it's hard. And I think that kind of piggybacks really nicely off of the last comment that we really do need to be kind and loving to each other no matter what. No matter who the other person is, no matter what our differences are, we've got to be able to at least be kind to each other. So we've got another week or so left in June. We're right in the start of the time of year when I'm sure our police chief could attest to how crazy it can get with speeding and other things in the summer. You know, the hot days of summer kind of make us all a little crazy, and we just need to be kind to each other. And on the note that Mayor Baydoun mentioned about, you know, people asking him to help out with things and stuff, if anybody has a question about whether he would help them out, I say test him. Take the challenge. Maybe we can make it a challenge for TikTok. You go, you ask him for help with something, getting a new trash can if yours was broken, I'm sure he can help you out. So, and he's never going to judge, right? So let's be kind to each other. Let's keep moving forward. We're in a good place right now, and it's only going to get better from here.
Perfect.
Have a good night, guys.
Perfectly said. Thank you very much. Any more in person?
Deputy Mayor first.
There you go first. Keep the best for last.
Rose Trepepi, Tulane Street. I'm not going to complain. I just say we have wonderful people. A lot of them don't want recognition, but they deserve it. And we need to thank the people that go out of their way to thank other people. Like our chairman, our council chair, even Saab. I talk bad about him, but he wouldn't let me ride in his brand new car, so he brought me a brand new walker. Wasn't that sweet? Yeah, purple one on top of it. But
Rose, it was left at a house and he just brought it to you.
it's okay. He thought of me. He thought of me. More than someone I know. I'm only kidding. But we need to start thanking the people that go out of their way for us, especially Ahmed. He does so much.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Councilman Ahmad, round of applause.
Nice ride, by the way. No.
His wife can't.
No. Any more in person? Comments?
Allah.
I just want to see what you're going to say.
I'm just asking you to be nice. Zohair Abdelhad, 354 Rosemary. Rachel, the water bills. I got a couple calls from a couple of my friends. One has $1,700 bill. He doesn't have a swimming pool, and the other one $2,200 bill, but he does have a swimming pool. He never had, one of them never had over 300 to 350 at any time since he moved to Dearborn Heights. I hope that we're going to find a way to basically take care of those bills somehow, or to hire a company to inspect those meters and see if they have leak or not, because some people really, they cannot afford to pay those bills. So I hope, Rachel, that's your test. Okay.
Mr. Abdel, those bills came after with the new meters?
After they installed the new meters, and I asked them basically to call.
I mean, to be honest, I've been getting the same calls too. Like, I got one today, and I did reach the director, but she did explain to me before, like they used to be every 2 months or estimated bills. Now, with for some reason, this bill with the new meter came after what, 156 day, director? You said in the email.
And it's still too high for.
We're talking. This is
from
1 to
350
5
to
months.
$1,700. That's 5 times more. So that's 10 months. If
I
we go
definitely
by 10
have them
months.
check it with the director.
I just, just like the administration with the help of Rachel, to see if these people can find some solution or payment plan, because some of them are retired.
You could.
Thank you.
You could take them outside, Rachel.
Well, if I may, real quick, just 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
A resident came in and actually asked today how many people have a bill over a certain dollar amount right now or a balance owed. So I actually looked it up. As of May 27th, approximately 1,200 out of 23,000 plus accounts had a balance of $1,000 or more, just $1,000 or more. About 13 had a balance of $10,000 or more. And like those are very large buildings, like apartment buildings, giant places, car washes, that kind of thing. So as far as a percentage, it's about 0.5% have a bill, current balance of $1,000 or more. It's a very small amount of residents in the city. However, that doesn't negate that this is a lot of money for people to pay. Probably the biggest challenge in my department right now is that we really have no way to do any sort of adjustment or give any sort of discount or anything. It's something that you guys would have to take up as an ordinance change or perhaps even a charter change. But we do work with people, and we do our best to try and find a way for them to be able to pay their bill in a way that works with their situation.
Thank you.
So anybody come and talk to me at the billing department any day. I'm more than happy to help them set up what works for them.
Thank
Okay?
you, Director. Doing
Yep.
great. Thank you. Please state your name, street, city you live in. You have 3 minutes.
Hassan Ayun. Good afternoon, Council. How you doing?
Good evening.
First of all, I want to recognize a lady that I got in an argument with in the beginning. Miss Baydun, I called her Miss Duggan in the email, arguing with her about something, and she gave me the information at the end, and she sits there and puts some privileged stuff, and I'm like, where she learned this? From the Duggan administration. Anyways, I got a couple of questions.
Guys, be nice to our chief of staff.
I didn't say nothing. You want me to apologize? I apologize. I already did. We were
Go
good.
ahead. You're fine.
So, Mr. Saab, I got questions for Mr. Saab. When he tore down that location, that mosque, he was there putting the fence up. Was there any permits pulled? That's what I need to know. First of all, hold on.
Just ask her a question. I'm going to ask her questions.
Under the law, the Sixth Circuit says you cannot interrupt me.
I'm
June
not-
12,
sir.
2026.
Sir, hold on. Ask her your questions.
you
I'll be
cannot
answered after you
interrupt
say
me
it
when
done
I'm
for the last
speaking.
time.
I'm asking you cannot interrupt me. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
You
And I'm
cannot
telling you, ask her your questions
Sir,
and direct them
you
to
know
me.
what? I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Who am I talking to?
Don't
God,
talk to
who am I
Hassan.
talking
Don't
to?
talk to
I'm talking to
Councilman
you.
Saab. Talk to me.
Okay, I'm talking to you.
Okay, talk to me. Ask all your
Okay.
questions. I'm writing them down.
I'm talking to you. You cannot interrupt me. Did you know this?
I'm just telling
Listen,
you.
I'll put an injunction. Listen, man, I'm not playing with you. I'm asking you a question. When I'm
Sir,
speaking,
for the last time,
don't
either you
interrupt me.
slow it down or
I'm
you're gonna
asking,
ask to
don't
leave.
interrupt me when I'm speaking.
You're gonna be asked to leave.
No,
I'm
you
telling
gotta
you.
stick up for your buddy, but let me say something to you, Mr. Ahmed. Don't interrupt me when I'm
For
speaking.
the last time,
I will put an
this is the last
injunction on the
warning.
city.
I'm telling you.
Do what you wanna do.
Chief? Done.
Okay, make a report.
Any more?
Is my time
Council?
up? Make a report. Chief, make a report.
Chief, please walk him out.
I'm not going to interrupt this constitutional right. If you want me to.
Well, he's a disturbance. Gary?
The Sixth Circuit, you read it as well.
Okay, if he's creating a disturbance at the meeting,
I'm sorry?
he may be stopped or he may be removed, but the chief has to believe or has to feel that we're at that point in order for him to end up taking action that he would want to end up taking. He has to make that decision based on what he believes the law to be. We've had this issue come up before.
Mr. Miyake, I'm going to send you the Sixth Circuit. They just came out with an injunction that somebody was speaking on the podium. They said the chair cannot interrupt him, even if the audience is speaking. And I'll send you the opinion. Mr. Zuhair, did you read the opinion? Could you please speak? Can you please come speak for it?
Just, Mr. Hahn, just speak to me.
Guys, calm down for a second. Cash,
You're not being-
relax.
No,
Mayor,
he
Mayor,
disrespected me. I'm putting an injunction.
Sir.
Please, what's it called? File the report. I'm just leaving. I'm going to put the injunction, and this is all on camera, that he told me to leave. No problem. I'll put an injunction
Are you
on
all
the city.
set,
I'll file
sir?
it tomorrow
Are you all
in the
set?
Eastern District of Michigan. Have a great
Thank you
Council
very
Chair, I
much.
actually want to answer his question. I actually want to answer.
Khalas,
Just
excuse me.
for transparency, the permit was pulled almost a month before we even started construction.
Over $100,000.
It was a $105,000 permit.
Thank
So
you.
Mr. Owen's been nothing but harassing on social media because of another project down the street that's getting built also. That's all it is. And any information about the project is public information. I recused myself from any votes because I do have a financial interest in the project. The project is almost a $15 million project in the city that's getting built. The day the fence fell, we had over 70-mile-per-hour winds. I was there in the morning to move it out of the sidewalk so it's not blocking anybody's way, put it back up. Yes, there is a permit for the whole entire demolition and the whole construction of the building, and other permits are required by the state and the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Saab. Any more comments in person? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 8:19, Madam Clerk. Thank you very much.